What's good? What's good? What's good, my peoples? What's good, my peoples? We got 28 whole people in here. Joe Johnson, what's up, nephew? Teach, what's going on? Jonathan Thompson, Orb Jones, the Dirt Gang Boss. What's up, family? What's up, my peoples? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Are y'all able to hear me? Jonathan Thompson, Davaris Hall, salute. Brutal, what's up, family? Wendell Thomas, what's up, family? J Tonic, Sa the Rapper, what's up, family? Salute. So we're gonna have a special guest join us in a second, and we're gonna talk some boxing. As they don't send out my notifications, it's nasty work, man. It's nasty work. um, so we want to know, obviously the fight that everybody wants to see now is Tank versus Shakur. Also, um, people want to see, Terence Crawford, Virgil Ortiz, Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford, and anybody at this point in time. DeMarcus Martin, what's up? Never send out no. Yeah, they don't. They ain't send out. I can't even get 50 people in here. King Vonnie 86, what's up? Uh, uh, it's nasty work, bro. But so Terence Crawford is being ducked. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. A lot of people sent me this video or the picture of His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, where Turki Alalshikh is sending out a message. He took a picture with Shakur. He said he just met with Shakur. And His Excellency Turki Alalshikh is saying, I want to see the people that said I'm bad for boxing. You know what I'm saying? DeMarcus Martin said, I caught this by accident. Yeah. It's nasty work, bro. Nasty work. It's ugly, bro. It's ugly. It's ugly, man. I can't even get 70 people in here, man. That's crazy. But we're gonna have a special guest on. To join the show. And Will Smooth, Al Williams, what's up, family? And we're gonna kick it. We're gonna kick it. Let me try to put a post out because this is nasty. Mr. Big Play Bray, what's up, family? Nasty work, man. We're gonna have a special guest on. Brutal, what's up, family? Picasso, what's up? It's Polly them. What's up, family? Joe Townsend, what's up, family? I'm trying to. I'm getting. We're gonna get a special guest on. Big Silk, what's up, family? Big Silk, what's up, family? Oh, I'm trying to send this YouTube. Corey McKinney, what's up, family? YouTube is different, man. It's a nasty platform. Him not them. What's up, family? Yeah, YouTube is nasty, bro. It's nasty work. Nasty work, bro. We're gonna get a special guest on, man. We're gonna talk some boxing. So Box Center, my brother Jay Smith, what's up, family? The best opinion, what's up, family? Yeah, they're not sending my notifications, bro. It's crazy. It's nasty work, bro. Nasty work. Quincy Carter, what's up, family? What's up, family? Marvelous Tracks, what's good? Best opinion said, do you think Tank will retire soon? Maybe in the next 3 years. Not anytime soon. Uh 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 not he ain't gonna retire. I mean, he's saying like in 6 fights. So 6 fights could be spread over, I don't know, man. 6 fights could be spread over 3 years. It could be spread over 4 years, depending upon how active he is. You know what I'm saying? It could be spread over the Green Eye Deuce 3. What's up, family? Kelvin L. Warfield, what's up, family? 6 fights could be, I mean, you figure in 2 years he fought 3 times. No. Yeah, he fought 3 times in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Jungle Jiggy, what's up, family? He fought he fought 3 times. He fought uh Hector Garcia in January. He fought Ryan Garcia in April. And then he fought uh uh um that was in 2023. And then in this year he fought Frank Martin in June. So look how long it's been. Now he might get a we hoping he get a fight in June against Shakur. You know what I mean? Um, so it's just we just never know, man. We never know, man. Ronald Ellis, what's up, family? So we could never. That's just Bucky, man. What's good? You think Crawford should retire? They're going to weigh him out until he's 40. They're gonna try to freeze him out again, man. Big Ron, what's up? They're gonna try to freeze him out. Let me give y'all a rundown, right? A quick rundown. They know he's 37, right? And I like to speak in the future, and I speak everything into existence. He won't be 37 until September 27th, right? But I speak in the future. I don't speak in past tense. I don't speak in the present. I speak in the future, and I speak it into existence. Nonetheless, Terence Crawford is 37, right? It's always Crawford's Cassie's. Crawford's Cassie's. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what Crawford's Cassie's is, brother. He said, who is Crawford being ducked by? I don't know. Everybody? Donnie 3-time. My brother in the super chat dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. He said, Bud been ducked for at least 5 years. Boots the only one act like he want to fade, but could bump fake, but could be pump faking too. Appreciate the grind. Salute to my brother Donnie. Much love, family. So Marvelous Tracks, what's good? Dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. So Big Ron said, I'm not blocking anybody. I don't block people, man. You got people get it misconstrued. I block you when he said, I don't understand you, Blue. What's there not to understand? Let me ask you a question. Big Ron, was Virgil Ortiz Jr. Terence Crawford's mandatory for the WBO at 147? Yes or no, Big Ron? The answer is yes. Did Virgil Ortiz tell the world when he fought Maurice Hooker and Terence Crawford and Bomac was training Maurice Hooker? Scorpio 1176, what's up? They was training Maurice Hooker. Did Virgil Ortiz tell you that after he beat Maurice Hooker, right? Brandon Broussard, what's up? Didn't he say after he beat Maurice Hooker, he gonna call out Terence Crawford? Isn't that what he told you? He said you never supported Crawford this heavy. It's about telling the truth. This society today is so stuck in fictional land, right? That they don't honor the truth. Kennedy Linder, what's up? It's about telling the truth. I don't care. What are you talking about? Never supporting him this heavy. What are you talking about? You're supposed to be a fan of the sport of boxing, not a fan of a fighter. That's the problem. You dudes are too stuck on being a fan of a fighter and not being a fan of the sport of boxing. That's the problem. You got your pom-poms out, shucking and jiving for one fighter instead of being a fan of the sport of boxing. Let me explain something to you. Right? The sport of boxing, the sport of boxing will always outlast every fighter. Omar Hamilton, what's up? The sport of boxing is going to outlast every fighter. Okay? I used to be a fan of Sugar Ray Leonard. I was a fan of Pernell Whitaker. I was a fan of Lennox Lewis, a fan of Floyd Mayweather, a fan of Roy Jones Jr., a fan of Juan Manuel Marquez, a fan of Eric Morales, a fan of Prince Nassim Hamed, a fan of Kevin Kelly, a fan of Riddick Bowe. Larry Holmes was my favorite heavyweight of all time. Where are they? Where are they, brother? Press, brother, in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. What up, Blue Ski? I have the kiddie table set with half a grilled cheese sandwich, a scoop of raviolis, and a cherry-flavored juice box for the detractors. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Put it on deck because you know they here. Donnie D, 1954, triple OG in the building. Brutal, what's up? Mr. Jannar Hill, what's up? So he says, you used to like Spence, man. I'm sad you going. You sad I'm going where? First of all, I still like Errol Spence. What are you talking about? You're not very bright, huh? I still like Errol Spence. Still one of my favorite fighters. Errol Spence ain't fighting a year. What do you want me to talk about? Go ahead, we'll wait. I still support Errol Spence. I still believe in Errol Spence. I just said last night that Errol Spence would beat Virgil Ortiz Jr. Did you not see that? Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't see that. Now, why would you see such a thing that actually makes sense? I just said that I just did a video on Errol Spence last night, and I said that he's you used to like Al, now you like Turkey, bro. Now I'm gonna block you in a second. This is where you go down the path of getting blocked. J Petty City, what's up, family? Texas Bad Boys 007, what's good? This is where you go down the path of being blocked. First of all, you said I was a fan of Al Heyman. How am I a fan of Al Heyman? How could I be a fan of Al Heyman when you ain't never even heard Al Heyman talk? I seen Al Heyman in passing one time, didn't even know it was him until somebody said, yo, there go Al. I turned around. That was at the Sean Porter Errol Spence fight in LA. When I turned around, he was gone. I just seen the back of his shirt getting on the elevator. Brandon Broussard, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. Just showing love. You know how we get down 100. You already know. He said, still trying to get him on Blue. He don't really know. So how could you even be a fan of Al when you ain't never heard Al talk? You ever heard Al say more than one word? You ever heard Al do an interview? Chuck PC Ville Boston, what's up? Hacks, what's up? King Rude Boy, what's up? Chris Rob Media TV, what's up? Hey Ron, have you ever heard Big Ron? Have you ever heard Al Heyman do an interview? You ever heard him speak? And I already know. I'm gonna tell you. I already know that you are African American because we love to believe in ghosts. Kennedy Style 44, what's up, family? Enzo 88, what's good? So I can't. Why you support Crawford so much? BFTV don't. Fanon don't. You the only one. I don't care what they do. I'm a grown man. See, that's the difference between me and you. The best opinion, my brother in the super chat. He said, get that job Turkey out of here. Hashtag Tank versus Haney 2027. Salute. Crypto Chris, what's good? Bro, you can't make this stuff up. Morgan Bear, what's good? He talking about Fanon don't do it. BFTB don't do it. Why you do it? So I'm supposed to follow what they do? Make it make sense, man. I'm supposed to follow suit. I'm supposed to follow what they do. Tariq Reed, what's up, family? Because they don't follow it. They don't believe in Terence Crawford, or they don't like Terence Crawford. Victor Griffin, what's good? I'm supposed to do it? Man, what are you talking about, bro? As a matter of fact, man, let me go ahead and sit you at the kiddie table. Let me show you something. I just thought about it. You go ahead and sit at the kiddie table. Go ahead. Have some chicken nuggets. We got some dinosaur chicken nuggets. We got some. The brother said he got some ravioli. What else you said you got over there, great brother? You got some ravioli. What you said he got over there? He said he got some ravioli, some cheese sandwiches, a cherry flavored juice box. You good over there, great brother? You want to eat good today? Usually we only have dinosaur chicken nuggets, but now the brother got some. So he got some raviolis over there. He got some grilled cheese. He got some nice flavored juice boxes. FK, your feelings, what's good? Donnie three-time, my brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on your boy Blue. He said, Big Ron, you must be a troll and not a real supporter of the platform. Blue still supports Spence, was rocking the strap season hat last week. Yeah, they don't pay attention, man. They can't understand. They can't see. But Donnie, that's the thing. We are fans of boxing. They are fans of a fighter. So I can't wear a Terence Crawford hat today and an Errol Spence shirt tomorrow. You understand? That causes confusion. They don't understand that. They can't comprehend that. King Rude Boy, what's up, family? That confuses them. Hey, Obama, what's up? You see, that causes confusion in their brain. They get lost. You see, because this generation, student 7 teacher, what's up, family? This generation teaches you not to be a fan of the sport of boxing. You got to be a fan of a fighter, or you a hater. You see, this is what has happened. Harlem Mike, what's up, family? This is what has happened. Donnie D, 1954, Triple OG in the super chat. He said, and a Happy Meal with a toy. Yeah, get hook him up, Triple OG. He said, I'm a fan of boxing and got my favorite fighter. It's natural to have a favorite fighter. Will Jones, what's good? It's natural to have a favorite fighter. That's natural. That comes naturally that you're gonna have a favorite fighter, right? It's a sport. You understand? Let me give you an example. It's a pecking order. You understand? I'm a fan of the 49ers, but how could I be a fan of the 49ers if I'm not a fan of football? Bori, what's up? Let me say that to you again because it's gonna go over a lot of people's head. How could I be a diehard fan of the San Francisco 49ers if I'm not a fan of football? What happens here is that you have people because of social media. So social media has given people the option to be fans of fighters and not fans of boxing because of social media. So they'll follow a guy's lifestyle on social media. They'll like the lifestyle, the chains, the jewelry, the women, the trips. You know, they like his style. So they're a fan of lifestyle and they're not a fan of the sport. There you go. What's up with your OG?
Hey, how you doing, my brother? How you feel?
Let me fix the volume.
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay.
How you feeling, OG?
All right. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. For the people that don't know, we got Wali Moses in the building, trainer and grandfather of 3-division undefeated world champion, Olympic silver medalist, and former unified super featherweight world champion, who is the reigning WBC lightweight world champion, Shakur Stevenson.
Saquon Moses, too.
And Saquon Moses. Yep, exactly. What's going on with you?
All right. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
I might have to step in the house and into the backyard, man, because it's starting to drizzle out here.
Yeah,
so,
no problem.
Okay, so just bear with me.
We here. Take your time.
All right. Okay.
Take your
time.
time.
Come here. I need you to turn this TV off out back or down. I'm gonna go out here so we can get some quiet away from all my other grandsons.
All good.
Yeah. Got another.
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Or
yeah.
In the house, so it's the Wi-Fi. How we looking? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, good, right? Yes, sir. Perfect.
You frozen. Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
So let me ask you this about yourself. How did you get in the sport of boxing and become a trainer? What's your background with boxing?
Well, I was like 5 years old. You remember, like in the day, I used to play tops and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my nephew was 6 years old, and 2 brothers, Wayne Johnson and Avery Johnson. They used to box back in the day, and they came down there while we were playing tops, and they brought the boxing gloves out, and then my nephew put them on, and that was it. I got in the box, kickboxing, yoga.
You're freezing and breaking up.
Okay, I think we're going to the house.
Okay.
I'm going to the house.
Okay. Salute to the Triple OG, Donnie D, 1954. He said, who was it that said Blue don't get guests on? Yeah, they the games they play, Triple OG.
Yeah.
Oh, you perfect right
Okay,
there.
here we go. All right, I'm back in.
Okay.
Yeah, let me sit here in the kitchen now. All right. Yeah, so I was into the martial arts, box, kickbox, and all that stuff. Started coaching in 1980, and the rest was history. It gave me enabled me to travel all around the world, box on every level. And thank God I had success on all the levels coaching. It was a great learning experience for me, and with all the athletes that I had been involved with.
Now, what was it that about the sport of boxing that made you fall in love with it and to
Well,
become a trainer?
well, it made you different, and I had said to myself, if I could make one of my kids better than me, they gonna be a bad mamma jamma. So, that was my real whole goal with my sons, and my sons didn't turn out to love boxing as much as I did. But my grandsons, all 18 of them, love boxing, man. Every one of them know how to box, has been in the gym, and has been a part of their life.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
got a
because
little grandson right here. He talking about, tell him about him. Yeah, that's my little undefeated one, man. National champion, man.
so
Like that.
you inserted into them, right, from an early
Yes,
age.
yes, 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 yes. Because out of all the sports, and I think Shakur really found out about it at an early age. He said boxing is really the one sport that you can actually govern yourself and have yourself only depend on you. He found that on the football field. If he's on one side of the field and the player's on another side of the field, he can't do anything about it. So I think,
Mhm.
it's that individualism that they all and we all be able to be in there and dictate your own will.
Yeah, I always say that. I say you're gonna get out the sport of boxing what you put in. You can control your own destiny.
There's no other way. There's
Yep.
no other way because if you don't put it in, like that's another thing I like to talk about too, the process. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the process begins at what we call a junior Olympic level. You know what I'm saying? So at that junior Olympic level, everybody's goal is actually to become an Olympian. The longer they stay, the better their chances. So
Right.
what actually dictate getting to those levels, those junior level and those tournaments, is winning.
Mm-hmm.
Those who win get a chance to travel, gain that, international experience, learn how to fight all the styles over. Those who don't win don't make it that far. So, a lot of them going into the pros don't gain that international experience, and a lot of them, career don't go as far as they projected. And believe me, it's a lot. It's just like going to school. You graduate from one level to another level. So, in USA boxing, the success is what creates where you go in boxing. So, if you're winning and have enough accumulative points and winning tournaments and finishing at the top of these tournaments and whatnot, you're in the pool. If you don't have enough wins and beat these here big fights and beat the guys to stay in the top, then you never get a chance to get to those levels. You know what I'm saying? So the ones that really stick in with the USA boxing format and stick with it and abide by the rules and win are generally the ones that's always the most successful. You have some fighters that bypass that, and go the other routes and make it to the top. So the next criteria, when you get to that point, whether you decide to go one way or another, kind of depends on the people that you're fighting. So if you're not fighting those top quality people that you will fight in the amateurs at a higher level, then 9 times out of 10, going to Mexico and other places not going to get you on that level. So a lot of times you avoid it because every junior Olympian had an opportunity to go and become an Olympian. And a lot of them choose otherwise because they have been beaten various times. So they never make it to those levels. So everyone's goal when you start the Junior Olympics is to be the best Junior Olympian in the world, to be the best fighter. And when we talk about things like Shakur, Shakur gets ticked because, I'm not beating his horn or anything like that because I love all of them, man. It was so wonderful for me to see these kids come from children through adolescence to right now to maturity, and see that now they have a living and making provide ways for their community and their family. That's the ultimate goal. So this is why you hear guys like me never bash guys or want to get in conversations and talking about guys and anything, because I do things statistically, you know what I mean? And if you do those things statistically, like following these guys through their amateur careers and see who they fought, you'll start to notice why they didn't fight in certain areas and fight in certain levels. Because, maybe sometimes, most of the time, because they failure, or, a lot of them are blamed it on the system. But, it's one way that you always beat the system is that's by going out there beating your opponent unanimously. So, by looking at those criterias and those levels that you climb, it actually dictate the success that the fighters have in, and it actually dictate the success fighters won't look to obtain most of the time. Everybody talk about really going for these here big fights. You know what I mean? And they haven't fought the big fights earlier. When they had opportunities to fight the big fights, they lost in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them, rather than go out and try to beat the guys that beat you, they take the shortcut. That's something Shakur never did in his life, because anytime anybody got awarded a decision against him, because, he never really got beat by anybody. But if they would have awarded a decision against him, we went back and got that. You know what I'm saying? So, we wanted to come out of the amateurs, going into the pros, proving that we went through all the levels and proving that we were the best fighters in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because we fought against the best fighters in the world. Shakur, what was it, 2017, 2018? Shakur received the AIBA Boxer of the Year award. The AIBA Boxer of the Year award goes to the best boxer in the entire world. Not one given out to a weight class or this here. Whoever is the best boxer, amateur boxer in the world, receives that award. And only two other Americans have ever done it, and that's Clarissa Shields and Shakur Stevenson. And Clarissa's done it twice. So now, when he see, a lot of guys, he call them out. Give you another example. When we won our first title, we tried to fight, what's the kid name? Leo Santa Cruz. He was our mandatory, right? Leo
Hmm.
Santa Cruz chose not to fight us and to fight Tank. So Tank was a great recipient of that award. He got a chance to fight it and to prove himself against the top guys. But for some reason, every time we get to a point where we have to fight the top guy is, really doesn't get there, Then the next thing you know, you're hearing about the media and everything else. Shakur can't punch. Shakur can't do this. Hey, bro, he's done it, man. Trust me, man. He's done it all over the world. He's done it. We've beaten guys, former world champions, amateur world champions from Kazakhstan, Ukraine, uh, Azerbaijan, Pakistan, everywhere, you name it. We done beat every country, man. Japan, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, my grandson is maturing, so he does a lot of the social media stuff. I don't. So, he gets
Hmm.
wrapped up into that, and
Right.
as they all do right now. So when he
Right.
hear a lot of things, he like to talk about it, and it weighs on him a lot of times. I mean, in the last fight I seen, he wanted to go out and press the people because they say he don't stand there rather than being himself.
Hmm.
And you can't take that from him as a man. I mean, he get even argument about it. He knows he's winning the fight, but hey, he want to do what people say instead of being himself. So, that's a part of growth in the sport. We see those things happen inside the ring, outside the ring. But the biggest thing is he wants to prove himself as the best fighter in the world, and he's been calling guys out for the last 5 years. It's
Hmm.
not anything that he hasn't done already. You know what I'm saying? He did it. In the amateurs. Because his point total that when he finished his amateur career, he had nearly 1,000 some point or 2,000, close to 2,000 points than any boxer in America. So which means that he was consistently winning all the time. So,
Right. Right.
and hearing a lot of those things after, you actually go through the walk, you become the best fighter. Shakur is actually bigger known internationally, worldwide, than he is in the United States, because here in the United States you have all your favorite fighters. But the
Right.
best thing in the world, when you go to the world tournaments, you have all your best fighters there. Oh, excuse me, I can't talk now. When you see a fighter go and represent his country and beat all the best fighters in the world, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
not just only beat them, by doing it unanimously, by not using a round. When we were overseas, Shakur and myself, we didn't lose a round internationally. You know what I'm saying? Not one round, and not of any bout. So, you know, that's why I think his popularity is so more overwhelming overseas, because they've got a chance to see him for couple of years, winning all the tournaments in Russia, winning all the tournaments in Germany, Azerbaijan. We've been to Ecuador. We've been some everywhere,
Right.
and you know, he's had playing like the first time we went to Italy, man. Shakur boxed against a defending gold medalist, right? A much older guy. Shakur was like 17 going on to 18. And this was his first world tournament. And he boxed the defending gold medalist, man. And pooh, that kid, after Shakur the first 2 rounds, man, that kid couldn't box no more the rest of the season, man. So
Wow.
he was a gold medalist, you know, and Shakur was just a young, still a junior Olympian. So, you know, he had an opportunity to test his skills against much older fighters throughout his career. Things that he does now are not even surprising. I mean, I truly can say that you guys and people haven't seen the best of Shakur yet, man. But those people that did get a glimpse and see him, they know who he is. And in terms of fighting, you know, we fought everybody in the USA except for 2 people. Well, Tank was 2 years older than us, so he didn't. And Devin is the only one never fought us. Okay, so
Hmm.
we tried to fight Devin ever so many times. You know, I coached Devin for 2 years on the USA team, so I had Devin with me for a while. So you know, we know why. You know, they didn't fight. You know, because it was a big discrepancy. You know, I mean, disparity between the talent at their age then. Now we say that, hey, when guys and amateurs, that don't mean a thing. They get better in the pros, right? Now, let's look at, like I said, I don't mean this in a derogatory way, a negative way.
Hmm.
Let's look at Joet Gonzalez. You can pull it up on YouTube. Both fights are on there. Him and Tank. He beat Tank convincingly the first fight. Yeah. Second fight, I think Tank. You know, I don't know what he did intentionally. Cause the mouthpiece cup coming out, he got disqualified. But if you watch those fights on YouTube, you will see the discrepancy or the disparity, should I say, between the talent between Joet and Tank Dent. Now we always know amateurs don't mean nothing. You get better in the pros. Joet went on top fighting top talent. You know, matter of fact, Shakur's first title bout was against Joet. And, you know, Joet wiped him. You know what I'm saying? No, that don't mean have anything to do with the amateurs, but Joet and a lot of these here guys that beat some of these fighters that we know and talk about, they didn't want to fight them again. So guess what? They took the circle and went around to Mexico. Then when they go to Mexico, they start fighting fighters, Blue, that you could knock out. The fighters that they fought, everybody that they fought knocked them out. You know, when you fight guys with 44 losses, been knocked out 10, 20 times, you know, and fight guys like that twice or whatever, you know, that really doesn't give you that 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 learning experience that it does when you go across the internationally and fighting these guys that's making you better. And so, you know, when you look at the top, you know, I heard you to talk about a lot of times how talented guys are. I'm not trying to get on you or saying because I love your shows. I watch you all the time.
I
And
appreciate you.
I just hope that someday you would start to look at these guys' amateur career and their professional career. Because when you fight 20 fights and you have your opponents have 252 losses, a total of 252 losses, or fight 20 fights and your opponents have 152 losses. You know what I'm saying? You really got to question that, because the guy that they beat, everybody was beating him, but we call these guys was superstars for knocking out guys that everybody knocked out. And you see, I just want to say, man, if you don't believe me, man, just go look at the box rap and you will see
Mm-hmm.
it for itself. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's those levels and the things that I think, that actually talent should be decided on, who you fought, who you beat, not who you knock out, particularly if you knock out people that everybody knocked out that fought them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, what we do is, me, myself, when I try to evaluate talent in a fighter, I look at it as an amateur experience. The biggest thing that I do, so you could mistakenly take, let me give you an example. You can have a guy, maybe he turning pro, say, he's 6-0, 7-0. And he see a guy over here with maybe 14 losses, 2 and 14 losses, right? Now, a guy will look at that and say, "Ooh, I want to fight this here guy." It's good on some stances because it works out for the fighter, but not when you got a guy that been knocked out 10, 20 times, that all you got to touch him on the chin and they going out. So now, when you look at that guy that got them 14 losses or whatever, you look at who he fought. He may fought some of the 14 or 13 of the best guys in the country, and he doesn't have, and he lost, but he didn't get knocked out. So now you could take a guy 6-0 and not literally look at that kid's record and look at who he fought against, right? And think you're gonna beat him, and you go out there and you lose to that guy because you didn't really look at who he fought. So now
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying to you, the value and the
Like Gabe
importance.
Rosado, Gabe Rosado or
Right,
something.
right, right. Looking at who guys fought, it's going to be really tell the caliber of how well they do or how much they've grown within the sport. Okay, don't be disillusioned, man. Because every guy come into this here for, especially from a youth, from 5 years old, his goal is to be an Olympian and be the best fighter in the United States. You understand? So a lot of them fall short. So
Mm-hmm.
I say to myself sometimes, if these guys weren't the best in the amateurs and they've been beaten by these guys, how could they? How good are they going to be in the pros? After they start getting the bouts that was set up on the win, they made the win. And then, we thought when we came into the pros, what we wanted to do was what we call climb the professional ladder. We want to go up the rankings. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we fought to move up in the rankings. We didn't move up to knock nobody out or anything or look like that or whatever. We fought to win so we can go ahead and move up in the rankings to get better fights. Now, when we get in a place to get better fights, we calling out for better fights, and we can't get them. Top rank not giving them to us. I think they made Oscar Valdez a sacrificial lamb. Okay, now let's go to the next criteria I want to talk to you about. Money wise, everybody think Bob Aaron. Oh, he favors Mexicans and us here, the Mexicans and whatnot. Let's do business, Blue. Let's think business. A dollar. What is the dollar value in Mexico? Like 8 to 12, depending on which day, right?
Right. Right.
So if you give a Mexican fighter $1 million, he got from $8 to $12 million in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now let's look at the business sense. Who
Mm-hmm.
does it make? We know he don't want to make another Floyd Mayweather where he have to pay us by the American economy instead of the Mexican economy. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because $1 million to them set them straight, man. They straight for life. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
like having 8 million for one fight. So now, when you take the guys over here, us from the U.S., and we fight, they don't want our. If they pay us by what we deserve, our salary will keep going up and up and up.
Right.
You understand? They would have
Right.
to pay us more money. So is it the hatred of blacks, the prejudice, or hey, is it they rather pay them than pay us because they know in their economy their money is going to be much more lucrative to them.
Right. I never
So
thought about that.
oh yeah, buddy, oh
I never
yeah.
thought about that. That's a great point because yeah, if I pay Oscar Valdez $2 million and he go back to Mexico, well, I just gave him
You dig what I'm
almost
saying?
yeah, yeah,
Right. So you look at that, and as well, that's why, they're not bring. They do well at the gate. Bob Arum had a kid from India. See now, you wonder why these fighters stay so long in the amateurs. It's
Hmm.
not like they're not making money. I had a kid from India. He fought in two tournaments. One tournament, he made $150,000. Another tournament he won, he made $350,000. So these guys are getting that money over there in those amateur tournaments.
Right.
Okay, so this is why they're not really turning pro. Okay, now the U.S. don't throw money at that. The U.S. man, when you see the U.S. Olympic medal compared to all the other countries' medals, man, you'll be ashamed. You'll be ashamed, bro. And you got to remember this here. You see, boxing is getting treated the way it's getting treated now inside of boxing, inside the Olympics and every sport. Because now here in America, boxing is a total minority sport.
Right. Right. 1000%.
Right. So
One.
why you think all the money from boxing go everywhere else that USA boxing get? I'll give you a prime example. What was it, 2016 or 2012? Wrestling wasn't even in the Olympics, right?
Right.
They had a bunch of guys come from Wall Street donating money for boxing for the new facility, right? Okay, when the new facility opened up, guess who they moved in there? The wrestling team. Now remember, but
Wow.
wrestling wasn't in there for what two Olympics. Now they moved the boxing into the old wrestling building.
Wow. So they was open up a facility for boxing, put
Yeah,
wrestling in there, and then put boxing where wrestling was.
right. Now my listeners here, bro. That ain't nothing, bro. When we got there, when I first got there, the director that got fired, he had said that he didn't actually want boxing, but back up there. Okay, but it made its way because they had just brought in a new trainer, a new head guy, a Cuban guy, and whatnot. And bro, let me tell you something, bro. It ain't like, it's a home for us, you know what I'm saying? For
Right.
example, we would have to go to some of the other sports games and the other players teams wouldn't even be invited to our games and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. They didn't speak. They didn't start speaking till we was the only team winning. Like we had won the first time, we won the first time the USA ever won the world tournament. We won with Jahara Gonzalez, Shakur, and the Monty Rock. U.S. team had never won a world tournament. So when they found out, oh, they won the worlds, that's when they started speaking to us. Because in all the gymnastics and all other sports, none of them had never won a world tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, we was the only individuals to do that, and Shakur was the captain.
Wow. That's something else, man. That no wonder
Yeah.
that makes sense, man. Boxing is a afterthought now here in the states, man.
Right. What I say is, right now boxers is just like cattle. They're herding them in and herding them out.
Hmm.
Herding them in and herding them out. And it's pretty much like that in the amateurs. You'll find out like we have regions, right? Say like region two be Ohio, Philadelphia, and all those on that, and region one will be New York, Connecticut, the metropolitan area. And through those tournaments, they caught them at one time. They would always, but they started again. They thought, a lot of our older coaches forgot about it, but they would always make region one and region two, and they would have a draw, but the draw was set up all the time. Region one would always fight into, so us in Philadelphia, Ohio, New York, and New Jersey, we all fighting each other rather than fighting the rest of the country.
Wow.
Yeah, till this day. Yeah, yeah. Well, you'd be
Wow.
surprised, man.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah,
So
this boxing. Go ahead. Excuse me. Go ahead.
no, no, yeah, boxing is definitely something else, man. Now, I want to ask you, what's your thoughts? You've been in the sport of boxing for over 4 decades now.
Right.
What's your thoughts on Turki Alalshikh being in the sport of boxing right now?
Well, it's like oil. They like to have monopolies. You look at the two fights that I find out really questionable. The world don't know about this here, but you see how they feel for my man in Ford, Raymond Ford.
Right, Raymond Ford. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see how they pulled him in on that fight on real short notice. Now notice he's doing all these fights on short notice, right? Being that he doing them on short notice, make me seem like he already had a previous plan. And if you notice, all of his fighters are winning.
Right.
Right? So now knowing you got to go through a time zone change, okay? You got to go adjusting to your body, to the atmosphere, to the climate, and whatever, when you over there. He don't give no fighters that. So his purpose is over there to go ahead to get to, this is just my opinion, to
Mm-hmm.
get the notoriety and bring the money to Saudi and to have his people become champions. Now, he done the same thing with Big Baby, short notice. But this is the crazy thing. You don't know about this here. They told Big Baby that he had to have Sugar Hill work with him for this here fight, or he wasn't going to get the fight. Now, it's not so big thing as the fight, what it was, what made him make the decision. It was the money. So he's throwing that money at you. Particularly, here's Raymond Ford. He only got $800,000 for that fight where he lost his title, almost the shortest time that any person ever held their title. Okay, so now he loses his title, and you get $800,000. He had just won a belt. Most of the contracts, when you win a belt, you can start negotiating at $1 million. Okay, when you win a title,
Yeah,
he could negotiate.
thought that was
And
pretty much automatic.
brother, he got that fight for $800,000 and went out there and lost his belt to do it. You understand? After taxes, bro. Hey, it's not big as you think. When he could afford right here for $800,000.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Why would they want Sugar Hill to train Big Baby?
Right.
Now, this is stuff that I heard from the top, bro. There's some real reliable sources. And, I was wondering why, he didn't have his regular trainer in there anyway. Now, I don't know. Like, hey, this is just my hypothesis, me just saying, it smell what sometimes what look fishy don't only is fishy, it smell fishy.
Right.
So, I wonder about that. All these fights that he wanted to take is on short notice right after they have a previous fight. See, a lot of people don't realize, Surgeon General said, I think about 2, 3 years ago, they said a boxer actually needs 7 days for his body to fully recover so he can go out there and perform again. Look, football players do it and they're not getting punched in the face. They wear helmets, they wear
Mm-hmm.
shoulder pads.
Mm-hmm.
Boxers take all those same blows without no equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no recovery from training. They have to go and rehydrate within 24 hours to fight the fight. So there's no recovery.
Right.
They know what they're doing. They know the guys that's going to be in the best condition, best prepared, are going to win the fight. The ones that have the most experience in training generally are going to win the fight.
Mm-hmm. Now let me ask you this: what
Mhm.
you think is the biggest misconception when it comes to Shakur Stevenson? Because he gets a lot of criticism for the quote unquote lack of exciting fights, or in the sport of boxing, it everybody's enamored with knockouts. If you don't get a knockout, even when Tank fought Isaac Cruz, he didn't knock him
Right.
down and knock him out, and they say he got
No.
exposed, right? So you got to get a knockout, or you automatically deem boring. When it's called a sweet science, hit and
Well,
not
you
get hit.
see, I'm glad you brought that narrative up because I want to speak on it. Well, when you look at it, like I said, if you look at the quality of opponents that they've been knocking out, because I'm not talking about one particular person, but
Mm-hmm.
they've been knocking out. Okay, you'll see they not standard or up to the standard of the opponents that they don't knock out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a lot of people gonna come in there and fight you, and they're not gonna let you knock them out, because they're gonna use the ring, run around, hold you, do whatever they can. Now, the biggest perception about Shakur is that he can't punch. You don't see nobody keep trying to press him out.
Mm-hmm.
And the big secret between me and you, his last 7 fights, his hands was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one fight, he had to go in there and fight with one hand, and it's a title bout. His last
Mm-hmm.
fight, last fight he hurt both hands.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the biggest, like I said, that's the biggest thing I see that people think that he can't do. But if you notice, man, we said we have it take us at least 10, sometimes 12 sparring partners if we go through a camp, man. Josh can't take it. Well, don't last.
Mm-hmm.
And, a lot of things do with I think using their hands, and not saving them as much. But it's been a big problem for him. So that the biggest misconception is that he can't punch. We know there's not a misconception that he can't box.
Mm-hmm.
Been the other biggest misconception is that I think people think they can beat him.
Mm-hmm. Now let
So
me
they
ask you
get in
this
rings.
about the
Yeah.
hands. We know
Uh-huh.
we know guys like Floyd Mayweather had hand injuries. What do
Yeah.
you do? Because obviously that's that's your job, right? That's your hands
Uh-huh.
is everything. So how do
But
you preserve your hands? How does he take care of his hands? Is it something that just hereditary is or is just that
no, it's
just
not
wear and
a.
tear,
Believe it or not, it's not even wear and tear. It's overuse, man. This is a kid that,
overuse?
man. This kid is a kid that that don't take time off, man. That he love the gym, man, and he
Mm-hmm.
hones his skills every day. And the biggest thing, his worst enemy at times could be himself. If it is hurting, you got to take a day off. Sometimes you got to. I don't want to rest. I don't want to rest. His tolerance for pain, is really, really, man, really special, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, so a lot of times I don't know how he could do it, especially a previous fight that we had, the De Los Santos fight, man. His hand was hurting, his elbow was like hyperextended. He had a back and his shoulder, like around the shoulder back problem then. Man, he said, pop up. He said, look, you think I'll call this fight out? People might think no, man, I'm fighting this. And if I got to beat him with one hand, I'm going to beat him with one hand if he re-injured. And that's what he did.
Yes. So
Oh,
now,
yeah,
uh-huh.
let me tell you about another time, something similar to this here. I think we had just came from a tour in Russia, right? And it's the Russian guy that trains in Gleaser's gym in New York. So we were going over there to spar. So he said, Coach, listen, I just came from Russia. He says, all of Russia is teaming up to talk to fight to beat Shakur. So I didn't know what he meant by then. But when we got to the tournament, I found out. Because at the end of the tournament, Shakur's toe was purple, black, and blue. They had stepped and stomped on his toe so much, that the nail was coming off. And
Wow.
yeah, during the tournament, and he had to fight the last tournament like that, bro. They was holding him, and I loved it because this is where Shakur got all that clinching and grabbing, and Noka's trying to rough you up, refs letting them hit you after the bell and all that shit, cause they country pride is on the line, man. And
Right.
he did that, so that's why he he done been there and done it, man, with the best.
Wow, man. Yeah, those are little tricks of the trade that
Yeah.
a lot of people just don't know. Step on your toes. You know what I mean? Punch you in the hips
Just to slow you down to make you
just to slow
stand
you
in front
down.
of.
Right. They'll get you in the hips, boy.
Yeah.
Now,
It's trying to,
the fight that everybody wants to see is him and Tank.
uh-huh.
Are we getting a step closer to that fight?
Blue, you know how long we've been asking for this here fight, man. Huh? We've been
Yeah, a long
asking this
time.
here fight a long time, bro. It
Right.
ain't like it's just coming up, you know what I'm saying? You
Right.
know, like Calvin is my brother. I love him, man. You know, his life, I was mirrored so much, because because I first met Calvin in about maybe 2000 or something like that. Or maybe even before no, in the 19. It was in the 19. And we first met. This was for Shakur was around, this for Tank was around and whatnot. And me and him clinched ever since then, He and I, have gotten together with some people, and we have traveled together with Tank and Shakur and our fighters. Not just briefly. We've done it. I think we called ourselves Be More Jersey one time. Like had a little mixed name for us and whatnot. So, you
Right.
know, Calvin, I'm glad for him. I'm glad for him because I know he put in the work. And deserves what he comes right now. He's reaping his rewards. And
Right.
I just love it, man. I love it because, I couldn't wish it for anybody better. And I continue, hope his success continue, him and Tank. But I think that would be the best fight in the world right now. It's the most anticipated fight. And the thing is, let's hope both of them get to the threshold where they'll still be at the top when they do meet.
Hmm.
You
And so
know?
they are familiar, because Coach Calvin, he said that he don't really like the Shakur fight for Tank because Shakur don't engage, and then the fight will be boring. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, that's my brother, and I don't take nothing from him, but it ain't a lot of coaches beat me in the world around here. All who did, I come back. That's my brother, but I do well against him.
Hey, do
and
y'all have like a friendly, like competition going on?
no, it's no competition. You know why it's no competition? We doing the same work.
Right.
He just in another area, I'm in another area. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? He work as hard as he can, I work as hard as we can. You know how many people that, we've lost in the lines, due to the streets, man. So it's not enough time for us to have those petty little things because we in it for real. And then we
Right.
about this shit for real. This shit save lives and it make lives. A
Right.
kid can get in here and get off the street, save his life, and then later on he can become a person that can provide for his whole family and his whole community. So it helps build lives. And I think he and I are more into that aspect because he been working in his community with the shows for the kids for long. I participated in his shows, man, and he's participated in mine. And the boxing thing, he and I know it's a business. you know I don't think that the level came that Calvin and I would get on we never before, but it wouldn't go outside of who we are. No matter what, that's gonna always be my brother. After a fight, he would still be my brother, win or lose. That's not gonna stop him. That's not gonna stop me, even though I'm not anticipating losing or thinking anything like that. But I know that any fight that we fight, a person that we fight, we're gonna try to make it a difficult fight on them for them as well as the coaches. Can you still hear me, Blue?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I got you
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. It started raining behind me.
Yeah, that's why I came in off my
Yeah.
out the yard.
It started pouring all
Yeah,
of a sudden. But yeah,
yeah,
so stylistically, because uh, uh Tank had got upset with me because I said that I feel like Shakur's style is a style that can beat his style, right?
right, right,
Stylistically.
right,
And so he, he was like, no, I'm gonna crack him. And then a lot of fans, they focusing on, you know, well, if Shakur don't have the power to keep him off him. So just from a trainer standpoint,
right,
uh, 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 the style matchup, because obviously Tank has the ultimate equalizer, the power. He gets the knockouts, the highlights, and that's what people focus on,
right,
especially casual boxing fans, right? They
right,
focus on knockouts. So just
right.
from a strategic standpoint, without giving
Uh,
away obviously the game plan, what's your thoughts on that?
well, my thoughts on the game plan is, boxing is a hit without getting hit, and I've never seen nobody try to press Shakur out. And Tank didn't even dress him out whenever they box. So, that's just the illusion that maybe I think he's doing, that he's going to come out and hit him hard. But look, there's a reason why people don't stay close to Shakur, because they get
Mm-hmm.
hit. Just like Tank going to get hit. You know what I'm saying? Let him decide how hard Shakur hit. And let the person who Shakur fight decide. Because I guarantee you, everybody Shakur fought will not tell you, won't tell you he don't hit hard.
Right. Yeah, that's people look at it because they see him boxing and it was the same thing when we had with Floyd, right? When it was Floyd, it was Floyd don't hit, he can't punch, he don't get knockouts, but I always say that people don't they ain't trying to walk him down. They stop trying to
Right,
walk him down,
right. But they get,
so
but that's when they run into traps, man. And
right.
Shakur's got better, and I've had the opportunity to teach him a lot more high level stuff. And my trainer trained with Bob Porter and Floyd Patterson, so I had a good basis curl on. God don't even know what's happening and getting locked up and inside, wondering why they can't punch and all that kind of shit. And Shakur is a master boxer now, man. He's getting better every day. Soon he'll be invincible. No, I got that from the karate movie.
Hey, the fact that I knew what you was talking about, I already knew. Hey, so yeah, because I look at Shakur's style and I'm like,
Yeah,
he knows he perfected the art of hitting, not getting hit,
right.
and to people that are casuals,
Uh-huh.
they may not. For instance, for me,
Mhm.
I watched the the Artem Haratinian fight, right?
Right.
And for
Uh-huh.
me, it was exciting.
Right.
But I
Right.
understood when casuals said, "Hey, man, Blue, that wasn't exciting," and I'm like,
Mhm.
I understand why you say that because
Right.
you're not
Right.
entertained by the sweet science. You're entertained by brawl, knockouts.
Well, Blue, let me be honest with you. When I'm going to the fight, only thing I want to see is Shakur. Be Shakur, that great jab and everything else executing like he was doing. So when he decided to just stand there in front of the guy and try to trap him, tell him catch him in traps, and the guy wasn't going for it, I was upset. Not that. Now then I went home and I watched that fight, and I seen a lot of stuff that we worked on and take away the stuff that kid Shakur done it really easily. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he just took that fight so easy. If he wasn't going to do make mistakes, because listen, bro, let me tell you something. This is the reality of boxing. When you go in that boxing ring and put on that gloves, anytime at any point you can get hit, you can get hurt. Okay? All right. Now, this is the most important thing about boxing. You go in that ring, don't get hit. And don't get hurt and hit your opponent. Now, the more you do that, the longer and the better you have a chance of coming out of his sport with all your faculties. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
See, this
Mm-hmm.
here thing is not just about longevity inside the ring, it's about longevity outside the ring. And that's the
Right.
most important thing. So when you look at it like this here, most fighters and very articulate fighters, they gonna go there and cover all tracks. They gonna win the bout. And they
Mm-hmm.
gonna fight. If the knockout comes, it comes. Now, the thing is the decision of the fighter whether I should do it the way I'm doing it, or should I do it more cautiously, or should I even try to do it even harder. So those are the things that make the difference. Because if a guy can win a fight easy, you know what I'm saying. The whole purpose is to win the fight.
Right.
If the knockout comes, hey, you get most knockouts, a lot of knockouts, when two guys get angry at each other. They going
Mm-hmm.
down here trying to knock each other out. And, as, with his maturization, I think, Shakur is going to realize more of his capabilities, and he's going to realize more of his opportunities, and he's going to take advantage of it. But you got to remember, man, his goal is to get there. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
there yet,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, people want to look at themselves at the end of their career, at the twilight, and say, okay, this is time for me to fucking leave now. I done accomplished all I could accomplish. You see, every opponent we want to win against, okay? But
Mm-hmm.
every opponent we fight is not going to be one that's going to control the destiny, or the outcome or the accomplishment that we accomplish inside the ring. So this is why we always try to fight good opponents and great opponents early. So, hey, you don't have to stay around for so long.
Mm-hmm.
You can go and fight the best fighters in the world, prove it, make the money while you're at, and retire. You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
be like Floyd, try to fight 50 fights, or try to break his record, because
Mm-hmm.
your destiny is going to speak for itself.
Right.
Floyd Mayweather is going to always be Floyd Mayweather. Shakur Stevens is going to always be Shakur Stevens. They're not. So you can't look to outdo or match his destiny because there may be more profound things coming out of your destiny just by being you.
Right.
So that's what I
Right.
push for.
Yeah. So when you know when you look at again another fight, I
Uh,
just feel like people just didn't understand. Did you watch Terence Crawford fight with Israel Majamal?
yeah, yeah.
What did you
Yes,
think
I
of the
did.
fight? Because it just for me it just grinds my gears. I get frustrated because I'm like
Uh,
people's like he lost. I'm like he lost. What are you
right.
watching? But what's your
Well,
thoughts on that fight?
see, my thoughts on this here. See, people look at two things and say, let's look at the criterias. Let's look at aggression. Okay. Aggression means the guy is going forward, he's coming. But the scoring criteria is effective aggression.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be throwing all those punches and throwing this here and whatnot. If you're not hitting nothing but arms and gloves, that shit don't count.
Right.
It don't count at all. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it may look like you because here we got. Now, I hate to take you back to the amateurs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is real significant. A lot of guys in the amateurs get in a fight and they be banging a guy out, but they don't realize they hitting with the wrong part of the glove. They don't realize they hitting with the scoring part of the glove. So you can be
Mm-hmm.
hitting them all you want. It don't mean nothing if
Right.
it's not an effective or a scoring blow. So at the most effective way that you can score. So this is what the judges are for: clear and effective scoring. So
Right.
when you look at those criteria, don't look at the all the smoke and whatnot. Look between the fine lines and see who is actually hitting who the most. And generally, you'll see the punch stats will show that.
Because for me, I was impressed by Terence Crawford's
Uh
performance, but once
huh.
again, we got so enamored and accustomed to his last 11 and 12 fights was knockouts
Uh,
or stoppages. So he didn't
right.
get a knockdown or a stoppage. And
Uh,
again, here we go that he lost, you know.
right.
And I was
But let's
impressed from the performance.
be. You should be impressed, really, because now let's look. Look where this guy came from, his background. The guy came in with over 300 fights internationally, you know what I'm saying? He saw a lot of, when you fight 300 fights or more just in the amateurs, you see a lot of different styles, bro. A whole lot of styles. So, you prepare for anything. So now, look at Terrence. Terrence didn't have much of that great international experience. He got all his experience right here inside the USA boxing system. Going down there to to the center. Listen, man, Terrence was down there when we in Shakur first went to the Olympic training center, 2011 to because that 2016 team was virtually I coached that team. You know what I mean? Until
Mm-hmm.
they had the shake up and they done the we'll talk about this some other day, Blue. I
Mm-hmm.
like to talk to you about this here about the messed up shit that's going on inside of USA boxing. But anyway, when they were going through this process, you know what I'm saying? Everything was about establishing the best fighter. Terrence would come down there. I seen him come down there and beat the whole USA team, every weight class up. Okay?
Wow.
All right. And these were Olympians, okay? So, this Terrence is actually proven, man. People don't look at his motherfucking ring generalship and his IQ inside the ring, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's the fabulous, and he's one of the most amazing athletes that you're gonna meet, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hand speed, talent on the ping pong table, on the basketball court. Hey, he does everything. Wrestle, you name it. He that kind of guy. You gonna choke him out before he submit.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Okay. He that guy. For him, you gonna have to kill him damn near in that ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's his attitude, bro.
Now let me ask you about another guy because it seems like we're going to get Errol Spence versus Sebastian Fundora. What do you think about
Uh,
that fight? And do you think that Errol Spence can bounce back?
well, a lot of people who think, you know, from what I seen, it wasn't Errol Spence willingness to compete or anything, Like I said, I don't kick no coaches, no trainers in, but some things coaches and do things more effectively than others, and that answer the phone shit and lifting your hands above your head and over to your head. No, that shit is fake. It ain't real. Unless they change a lot of that shit, man, this defense not gonna be any better, man. Real boxing, you don't pull your hands up to your head. You pull your head into your hands so your hands can protect your head. So unless they get a real that fake stuff, wipe the mustache and all that kind of shit up out of there, Adam, get working on that real defense. Then stop thinking he could just walk everybody down and walk straight in with somebody particular if they have faster hand speed than him. You know, they got to
Mm-hmm.
make some changes, man. Defensively, have changes because you're seeing the same thing. And Frank March defensively, and the other thing is, I don't know why, around the sixth and seventh round, both of them guys faded out. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why. I don't know what they're doing in camp, but like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of that stuff changed, man. The performances inside the ring in terms of stamina, sustainability, and a lot of those things. I didn't see that and what they doing.
Do you think
Got
though?
seeing the book.
Errol is now 34.
Uh,
He took a lot of punishment in that fight with Crawford, and in
yeah.
his the car
The
accident and
accidents,
eye
the
injury.
accidents,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think that physically he can at this point in his career he can make the adjustments now, or is it just who he is?
Well, it's the willingness, like in boxing, we say they got a lot of doors, and if those doors is open, shit gonna come in. So until they start closing those doors that they have on them inside the ring, and and start making sure whatever their performance is being, it's gonna be sustainable throughout their performance, because I don't think the endurance went down, at that pace that they said, I don't think he. And you gotta look, man. Earl. I remember one time Earl was fighting 165 in the amateur. Okay, so now imagine how much he weighed now. See, people don't realize there's a bone hardening process that starts when you get about 26 years old. Your bones start to harden in your body, and as the bones get harder, you naturally pick up weight. This is why you see a little old man, 65, 70 years old, look slim, and he weigh out this little, outweigh this little muscular guy that look all built with all these muscles, because the bones are much harder. And you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So now, with that process, as the bones get harder, the muscles start to fall and stops adhering to the bone. You know what I'm saying? So this is why athletes that move up in those weight classes or gain a lot of weight have a trouble because if your bones get harder and you don't work out through that process, at some point the muscles gonna fall away from the bone, and you're gonna gain that weight, but you're gonna have to start all over and rebuild again. So this is why a lot of those things, those guys jumping up in the weights and whatnot and come back down, it don't mix.
that
I've been
makes a
getting
lot of
on,
sense.
I've been getting on USA Boxing for years about including the bone hardening process with athletes. You know what I mean? You can't be so hard on them. You want to come in at 15% of one weight. Well, who knows? His bone might get harder. He might have to come in a little bit more weight and save that weight cut till his time. You know
Right
what I'm saying? Right.
now, stylistically, back to the Tank and Shakur, right?
Uh-huh.
Stylistically, you know, I say this that Shakur has the mental focus and the
Mm-hmm.
discipline
Mm-hmm.
to disarm Tank's power for 12
Right.
rounds, right?
Right.
And outbox him and take advantage of the little mistakes and the physical disadvantages that Tank just naturally
Right.
has, right? Being a smaller
Right.
guy, shorter arms, so on and
Right.
so forth, right?
Right.
Am I right when I say that? And what's your thoughts on that?
You're right 100%. And who's gonna say, Shakur's hand when Shakur started hitting Tank? How he gonna take the punches? Because, like I said, go on YouTube when you get a chance, Blue, and look at his first fight with Joe Gonzalez and see what Joe did to him. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We ain't gonna talk about the second fight because I heard that he got this DQ and spit his mouthpiece out so he would get DQ because he was losing the fight bad.
Mm-hmm.
But that I know they're both on YouTube, but check it out, man. And like remember, those are some of the cats that beat him and the amateurs. So guess what, Blue? You want to go to the Olympic trials and you want to be an Olympian, guess what, Blue? You got to go fight them dudes.
Hmm.
So what you think is easy to do?
Don't do it.
Hey, go to Mexico
Hmm.
and fight guys with records with 44 losses and 20 losses and shit like that. That been knocked out 10 and 15 times. Been knocked out there and by everybody they fought.
Now they saying that His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, he want to make Shakur and Williams Zepeda. What you think about that fight?
Well, I love that fight, man. Shakur looking for somebody he can prove the tag. This guy come throw a lot of punches. Shakur beat him. Nobody that stood there threw a lot of punches and came, whatever they want to say. But that'd be a good fight, and I like the way Zepeda's last opponent got paid by Oscar. Now I seen this guy fight his previous fights. This guy boxed and used the ring, used ring generalship. So now when he fights Zepeda, he's standing there right in front of him. Don't move at all. Look at that fight, Blue.
Yeah.
And guess what? Guess what? The first thing. Guess what? The first thing I asked him out with. Shakur, how you want to fight Zepeda now? That means he got paid to stand there.
Right.
Got paid to stand there for a show. He didn't want to box him because he'd have made the fight hard for Zepeda. He knew his
Mhm.
kid wasn't going to beat Zepeda anyway, and he knew that kid is not going to be a world champion, and that kid know that too. So why not take the money and
Right.
stand there? You know you're going to drop. You're going to look for a place to lay down early. You ain't going to go to 9 rounds and let him beat on you. Nah. So he
Yeah,
had to go down early.
I was super surprised. I'm like, man, that I was surprised that he was standing right in front of him.
Standing right in front of him, man. And the first words out of Oscar's mouth was Shakur, how you like Cepeda now. That's what, that confirmed it for me right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Zepeda fight, man. But I just feel like a lot of people don't stylistically they
Uh,
want to stay away from Shakur because he got the ability to make you look bad.
well, not only Blue, I tell you like this here. People will tell you that for him, Shakur can punch, okay? All right, wait till they get hold of him, man. And these next few, as he keeps maturing, he get through learn these breaking techniques. Start punching through shit, huh? Yeah.
I was interviewing Isaac Cruz. I don't know if you saw it, but I asked him.
Uh,
I said, why didn't he want to make the fight with Shakur? And he said that uh, if you Shakur is a good fight to watch if you really tired, right? And he
right.
said that he move around the ring, and so I asked him. I said, but isn't it your job as his opponent to cut the ring off? If you claiming that he move around so much and he's not
Uh,
exciting, it's your job to cut the ring off and
exactly.
to force him to fight. That's your job, right?
Right.
It's like in any other sport. If you
Mhm.
play the Golden State Warriors and all they do is shoot threes, it's your
Right.
job to stop them from
See
shooting
him up on the
threes.
3-point line. That's right.
It's your job. You play against Shaq. It's your job to try to keep him off the block,
Keep him
right?
out the low post. Yep.
Right.
Well,
So
I think he's one that really displayed a will not to fight and just used a lot of excuses and reasons, saying rather than saying Shakur is a good fighter, he's hard for me to hit. He don't look like an opponent that I would like to face. So he discredited him, say, "Oh, he's a runner. He don't want to do this here." Like it's gonna make him in that. This guy he just lost to outboxed him like nothing. So if he was in a with a more superior boxer, not taking anything away from that kid, I can imagine how it'd be. If I think Shakur, man, listen, man, let me tell you like this here. Shakur is that nigga. Like, I remember one time he was 13 years old, going on 14, right? So he said, "Pop, I want to spar. I want to spar." I want to spar him. I want to spar him. I want to spar him. I said, cool, you can't spar all these guys. So anyway, Shakur starts sparring. So I go sit down, look in the back, like he don't see me, like I'm not there. So this was the first time that he ever boxed 24 rounds straight as a kid. Okay, so now in the pros, he about 18. He boxed 20 rounds before at 4 minutes a round. So that stamina and endurance, he like Papa. You told me I'm a machine. I'm supposed to be a machine. Yeah, well, machine, rest your ass. You know how you doing this. Save the shit for the fight, but to make a long story short, that Core is prepared, man. He's one of the listen, Blue. Who says this here? I think he came to me about 13, 14, and he said, Papa, I'm married to boxing now. What kid says that he's
Right.
married to boxing? And he literally meant it, that at that point he's like, Pop up, you don't have to get up, take me to the ring, don't take me to the park. I'm going to pop up. You don't have to wait for me after school. I'm going to run to the gym and I'm going to meet you at the gym. And, he loved, taking that next step, man. And he desires that. Man, listen, bro, you don't know, man, through training camp, you know what the hardest thing, this kid can't wait to fight so bad, man. That's the hardest thing, man.
There's the weight.
Yeah, he wants to fight so bad, man.
And in between fights,
No,
right? He don't balloon up in weight. He don't.
man, listen, yeah, let me tell you this here. Remember the one time he didn't make weight, but even though he was going up anyway,
Yeah, the
he didn't make
Conceição fight.
weight. Man, he had a nutritionist and a cook for him all the time. But now she's hired full time, 100%, bro.
Wow.
So he's eating healthy every day, day in, day out, No more of those sneaking snacks during camp or sneaking shit like that, all that kind of shit. He's actually grown up and, he's more serious than ever, man, right now.
What's the highest weight you see him going to?
I can't tell you that, bro. I can't. Well, the highest weight I ever seen him at before he had his cook.
No. Not how much he weighed. No, I mean in divisions.
And the division that he's fought, the highest he ever fought, is the
No,
weight
no.
he's
I'm
at
saying
now.
what's the ceiling that you think he'll go to? What's
I
moving up
hear
in
what
weight?
you said. Hey,
Yeah.
man, I think where what he walks around at.
I like how you did that.
Yeah, I think that'll be it, man. I don't
uh,
like to tell that what it is, what it is, but
right.
he know he's growing. You've seen over the few years, his workouts with Jack Edwards, man. They've been, been doing phenomenal work together. He's been growing, and since he's been a kid, like every 2.5 years, he's gone up in weight since we were boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that may put you a little bit closer to it, but
Right. Right. Right.
you
Right.
could throw something on the
I,
thought process and
I
that.
picked
But
up what you're putting down. I picked up what
yeah,
you're putting down. What? So
so
so his him being a southpaw, right? And again, I love boxing. I've been in and around the sport forever and a day. You as
uh,
well,
uh,
man. In one division, all these southpaws in one division
right,
is insane.
crazy.
Shakur, Tank, uh, uh,
Yeah,
even Jose Valenzuela just beat Pitbull southpaw.
right. Yeah,
Lomachenko is a southpaw.
yeah,
Uh, uh, Edwin De Los Santos is a southpaw.
yep.
Frank Martin is a southpaw. Like I haven't seen this many southpaws, especially in one division, in my life. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't. I really haven't, man. I can't say it. Now, you will find that internationally more common because
Right,
you have
right.
more
In
Orthodox
Cuba,
fighters. I mean, more Southpaws over there than you do. And that's of course, the international board.
right, right,
Yeah,
eh,
you Southpaws, it's like they love that angle, you know what I'm saying?
right,
And a
right,
lot of them love putting a power hand in front.
right. And I'm looking, and I'm like, man, Loma, Shakur, Tank, Jose Valenzuela, Frank Martin, Edwin Del Son,
Right,
and at the top, right?
right,
All Southpaws is bizarre
right.
to me.
Well, it's really easy, because when you teaching a guy, that hand that he used best is the one you want him to use. You
Right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
Now me, I'm a lot different. I'm that conventional guy. Now if you
Mm,
can't do this here and can do it better this here way, I like take the court for instance. Shakur started out right on his orthodox side, boxing, winning.
mm-hmm.
But at home, he and I would box. I let him switch up, because we would be boxing long hours. I know the long was getting tired. And so
Right.
let him switch up and whatnot. So he started fighting and whatnot. So I think he always liked the way he done when he's on that southpaw side. But one day he came to me, he said, Papa, you let me fight on this his side, and you think I'm good. On this his side, I never lose.
Wow.
You know, I let him do it, man, and just
Mm-hmm.
made him keep his word.
Right,
You
right,
said you got to train, you got to and it's history. You see, what you tell an athlete, especially as a mind, I always get a guys, man, my story. I don't want to hear shit y'all got to say, man. All I know that they brought us over a bunch of us over here on a ship, and we had little kids. The only thing I know is them little kids had to go out and do the same shit them grown men done.
right.
And here we are today. So y'all ain't gonna hand me shit. I look for y'all to be just as man as your heart desire as you can be. I look for you to be just as educated, just as smart, okay, just as wealthy, everything. So you feed this here mind with things of success and things that he can know that he can achieve within his own mind and his own heart, with his own spirit. Now you got a lively mind, a lively spirit, and a lively heart. So now
Mm-hmm.
he going out, he prepared to go out there and face the world.
Now, what is it? How is it to prepare for another Southpaw with him being a Southpaw?
Oh, I love it, man. I love it because he done proved that he about the fastest southpaw in the world. We did that internationally, fighting against some superior, like I said, previously unbeaten and previously world champs. And then, we fought this here one guy where they thought this was going to be the fight of the tournament, man. And this brother's name was from Muhammad Ali. He from Great Britain, man. He had
Mm-hmm.
the big supporting cast and all this here, and he's a southpaw as well, And
Mm-hmm.
Shakur was running around, and the boys were running around, literally running around having fun. So I said, Shakur, come here, man. I said, listen, we fight Muhammad Ali tomorrow. Listen, what we gonna? He said, Pop, don't worry about that shit. I'm gonna jab the shit out that motherfucker tomorrow. Kept running about his business. Came up there, beat the shit out of him with that jab, and this kid was supposed to be one of the fastest guys in the world.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we faced each other in the world tournament, the
Now,
junior men, youth
do you
men's
have
world tournament.
a is there an advantage? For instance, Shakur's naturally a right-hander, right? That fights southpaw,
Right.
and a guy like Tank is naturally a southpaw, right? Naturally a left-handed
Uh-huh.
guy. Like Errol Spence is naturally a left-hander, where
Uh-huh.
Terence Crawford can switch from southpaw to orthodox. Does that
Right.
give them an advantage?
Well, against the Southpaw, right? See, some Southpaws have been fighting Orthodox guys most of their life. They won't even fight a Southpaw because they know the Southpaw it's a straight up battle. That's where hand speed and punches coming from A to B straight are going to be coming at you more. So
Right.
when I fight Orthodox guys, they have a little bit more angle could make them, especially if a guy try to step outside your foot on this his side and this guy B step to this his side, that cut that little angle off and shorten up his right hand to that guy that's stepping on the outside. So guys that know a lot of stuff like that and knew a lot of stuff like that don't matter.
Is it extreme? Is it extremely hard to keep your foot on the outside with a southpaw versus southpaw?
No, if you know the right thing to do. And the thing, like, I give everybody a tip on, say they can got it from your show right here, Blue. Okay, when a guy, just say he's a southpaw, right? And he wants to step out. I'm on orthodox side. He step outside my left foot. Okay, What I do with my right foot is do a V step, and it's gonna shorten that gap right up. It's gonna make my right hand so close to his damn chin he can't stop it. See,
Mm.
now guys know about shit like that and all that kind
Mm-hmm.
of stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
know, make a big difference.
Yeah, see
So
that
that,
that's the stuff that see that's right there that
yeah,
I love that,
yeah.
man. And
Yeah.
it's not enough of that. People just don't understand. A lot of people may not understand. Can you just repeat that for the people?
If he step outside your left foot, all the orthodox guy has to do is V step to the right, and it's gonna shorten that life up, that right hand to his chin twice, two times as close as he was when he moved.
Mm, mm. Man, I love that, man. I love it. So when you look at Terence Crawford,
Uh,
Errol Spence, these guys dealing with again, right? A bunch of southpaws at junior middleweight.
right.
Sebastian Fundora, 6'6", 80-inch arm reach, and
Yes.
is a southpaw.
And he
How do
used
you?
crazy angles.
Yeah, and he used these weird angles.
Yeah.
How do a guy like Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, how do they work their way inside on him?
Well, a lot of times when a guy is that tall, if you keep your eyes on him, you can see the uppercut. So you know that's one of his biggest assets of throwing that upper side, seven to the outside, and throwing it under and between your arms, in the middle, and under your elbow. So you take a lot of that shit away from him, and you start to lock him up on the inside, keep shit tight, man. You know who was in there? Martinez that caught him on the chin?
Brian Mendoza. Hmm.
Mendoza caught him on the chin and hit him. So he have angles because when he punched down, he has to drop his hands. So if
Hmm.
he reaching down like his head, you see how his chin is exposed.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so there are ways, but the biggest thing is not standing in front of that guy. You got to use your angles against him.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean Terence Crawford, he got extremely long arms, 74-inch arms for a guy
Yo,
5'8".
he scratches knees without bending over.
Without being exactly, extremely, and he got power in both hands. It's
Yes.
ridiculous, man.
Yes, and he know where to hit you at on the end of them punches. You don't see him never hardly short arming punches or whatnot. He extend them punches out. He has good vision, and you can't make the same mistake with him because
Right.
he recognize it and take advantage of it.
What's your thoughts on um Carmel Moten?
Oh, Carmel is my man. I've been knowing Carmel since he was 8, since he started boxing. I would always go watch him, man. Yo, he has a great family. I love his family, his father, his mother, his little brother. Little brother might be a champ too, man. And yeah, they my peoples. I really like them and really respect them a lot, man. I've been respecting Carmel's work ethic from long ago, and his work ethic and his talent was there long before he got to Mayweather.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, he
that's
he
not
a
their work.
dog.
Yeah, and know what? He's even a better kid. He's a better person. He's a great person as a kid. Yeah, you'll love him, man.
Yeah. Now, what
Yeah.
also what's your thoughts on Keyshawn Davis? He wants to
Mm.
fight with Teofimo Lopez. Tio don't seem to want to fight Shakur. He don't want to fight Keyshawn. He's calling out Terence Crawford, man. What's your thoughts on Keyshawn?
It's all about the money, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a bigger money fight, man. It ain't like I like T.O. I'll tell you that's another story about the takeover. You know what I'm saying? That's a
Mm-hmm.
name that they adapted from us. When he was talking about something. Anyway, to make a long story short, T.O. done been there. It ain't like they haven't boxed before with him
Mm-hmm.
and Keyshawn. And I think they noticed the disparity from what they tell me. I wasn't there, but it wasn't like it was hard work for Keyshawn. That's what they tell me.
Mm-hmm.
But I know Tio has changed a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
when he was in the Olympic trials, I loved the way he boxed then. He's gone away from that since he been knocking dudes out. You see the same. You see the same. It's like a difference. Like
Right.
Neither one of these guys is really knocking guys out of him or Edgar, right? But you get to the pros and you see the talent that you fight. Okay, you get a chance to knock these guys out. Well, T.O. the last three fights, has he knocked anybody out?
No.
Well, I think as the caliber of fighters get better, you're gonna see a lot of this here stuff from a lot of fighters as they fight better competition, being that they haven't done it previously. It's harder to excel if you have to learn at this level, rather than being good and having that great experience at this level. It's much harder. And you see, when you get to that point, nobody's willing to take a risk because they thinking about getting to the next level. Oh, we don't want to fight them. We don't want to lose. If we lose, we got to go and start over again. But this is the catch-22. If you start fighting high quality talent, you're not going to fall that much. But if you start fighting low caliber
Hmm.
talent, get on this here level, and you lose, you're going to drop down.
Right.
That's what Devin and all them got to risk. Because all these guys and everybody else was ranked higher than in the amateurs and everywhere else.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's why a lot of people don't want to take that risk fighting those guys that they know that's been around for a while. Like Keyshawn. Keyshawn is not on the level of any of the opponents that those guys fought. You could tell from when they sparred from what I heard. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Though I don't believe none of what I hear and half of what I see. You know, I've seen T.O., I've seen, ask my brother, I hate to say, but I didn't like one time this dude that I never think would touched him. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And not only, at this time he could have been sick or whatever. I call myself still close, to his father and his mother and his family, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And like I said, I don't never want to speak negative about people that I respect and my
Right.
people, because if
Right.
we don't look out for them and talk positive about them, who's going to do it, man? So no
Hmm.
matter who they are, especially, man, we got to support them like I do mine, man. I like shit. All the kids that I'm involved with, I'm not gonna hate on them. They say something bad about me. I may say something bad about him, but that's it. I'm not gonna go overboard where what they talking about, especially social media, where it become a part of me. I don't do that, man. I'd rather
Right.
be a part of boxing than be a part of social media.
Agreed. Agreed. Now
Yeah.
let me ask you this: Jerron Boots Ennis, what's your thoughts on him and what you think about him versus Terence Crawford?
Let me tell you this here, bro. That would be a good fight, man. Let me tell you like this here. You got two great trainers. You got two of the people that I most respect in boxing right now. You know what I mean? Bozy and I, we've been around a little lot longer than Bomac, but Bomac is solid, and his business is solid and respect. He's a great person, and he studies the game, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
when you see guys like that, you understand why they have the longevity, why they have the success, and what you hope to do, like all us to do, is we all try to be together, man. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
we know it's us against the world, so we try to maintain that balance and make sure that we keeping all of us in line and prepared and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? If it take
Hmm.
all of us, it'll be all of us. No
Yeah.
matter what, we want to win by any means necessary, other than cheating.
Right. Yeah, there's no place for that in the sport.
No, we don't want to cheat, man.
No. So,
No.
but stylistically, do, that Terence Crawford versus Jerron Ennis, what you think about that?
Well, I know for sure, we don't want to say which style is the best because, each one of them can box orthodox or southpaw. Both of them can do so many intangibles, and we know both of them have great corners. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think right now, especially Bozy, and I'm so glad for him that he had sons that boxed before, and he's starting to get his acclaim and starting to establish his place in boxing. And I hope he continues his success. Bomac has been established for a while now. He's had a couple of champions up in there. Terence is the ultimate, and I think if they meet, that it's going to be a chess match. You know what I'm saying? Early in the fight, and I think if one dude get clipped, the other one going to turn on. But you'll hardly see anybody maybe hurt Terence that much, man. That's real.
Yeah,
Terence
that's
fought with Terence fought with heavy middleweights. He box. Let a heavyweight come in there talking some shit with Terence. Terence don't give a fuck. He gonna get in there and box him.
uh-huh.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck. I'll tell you, man. Terence, yo, if, if you went to war with a bunch of motherfuckers, that's one of the niggas you want on your side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's real. Cause he gonna fight to the last man standing. He ain't gonna run and leave you there standing.
That's all facts.
Yeah.
Now, what you think about Big Baby Anderson, Jarrett, and how could he bounce back from that knockout to from Martin McCauley?
Well, you and I, we all saw it. You know, I hate to say, but it's a lot of things that he can work on and get better. You know, especially catching that long jab from the outside instead of trying. The hand is quicker than the eye, so a lot of that head movement and whatnot is not going to make it with guys with fast hands and accuracy, because the hand is quicker than the eye. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times, like you said, let me give you a case example or a perfect situation why that. Remember when Devin was fighting
Mm-hmm.
and, and Bill told him to get up under the hook, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Only way you're gonna get under that hook is if you see that motherfucker coming, right? Now we know
Right.
the hand is quicker than the eye. The hands could be fast. It's gonna be faster than the eye. Can be. We see that with magicians, okay, all the time. So now, rather than you telling somebody to simply put your hands up and keep your hands up, you tell them to get under the hook. Well, 9 times out of 10, if you behind getting down, that's gonna put you right into the hook. You're gonna run into it,
Mm-hmm.
especially coming off a right hand, which
Mm-hmm.
is what happened, man. Like those little simple things that we talking about inside that ring, being able to see it and stop it. If you looked at Terrence when he fought Earl first time, right? You look at it, he caught a lot of his punches. He was catching everything. He was catching and shooting. He was catching and counting. He was even catching and sticking. He even led with the 2-1 a couple of times. Right hand jab, which is like a very awkward combination for a southpaw. A lot of people don't realize that. A 2-1 is a very awkward combination for everybody, because a lot of people are not used to saying it, because they used to trying to counter that right hand, but don't realize if a guy stepping into that jab right behind that right hand, you ain't gonna get there. So, he done a lot of that stuff to him that he didn't see before. Once he started doing that, he hit him with a lot of those punches. And I think, once he got hit, knocked him 2 times, like that 6th and 7th round came in, and it looked like everything was gone. It looked like whatever he had in him was gone. And I almost looked at the same thing with Frank Martin. Frank Martin was going good. 6 after got that 7th round. He ran out of
Right.
gas, looked like it. That was it for him. So, unless they fix a lot of those things, and like I said, start pulling your hand into your heads instead of pulling your head up to your hands, because you can't rob Peter to pay Paul. If you put your hands up to your head, you open your body. You put your hand down to your
Your
body,
buddy.
you
Yep.
open your head. So,
Right.
if you don't know how to do that shit just right in between, then hey man, you just got to get better.
And I saw it like Big Baby, man. He showed so much of a dog in that
Uh,
fight, man. Like he
right,
I think he gained more fans than anything from that fight,
right,
just from the way he fought.
right. Well, you know, when you see the guys fight, like a lot of the older guys can see the thing, like guys can get better at and should realize them. Like I'm thinking when he fought Charles Martin, we seen he done a lot better when he stayed inside with Charles Martin. Charles Martin is just as long as this guy, if not longer.
Right.
So when I seen him fighting this guy, I didn't get a chance to see him when we got back to camp or whatever to tell him about that inside game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I think if he could have done better if he saw was catching his jab and getting inside, staying inside, fighting this guy on the inside. So he need to get an inside game because a lot of times, like guys are bigger than you. You know, see. He had done so well with Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what you see,
And that's
Tyson
sparring.
ain't
Yep.
Fury ain't the same as that dude.
Right. He don't hit
That
as
dude
hard.
don't. Yeah, that dude ain't no joke, man. But anyway,
Yeah.
he said he's a baby. The guy realized that. And then he's a baby. He took his time and just go ahead and done the thing he had to do. So the things that he need to actually get to that bigger next level where he can fight bigger and taller opponents, he need to work on that. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that he need to work on that. It's not
Yeah.
like he doesn't
And he
have the
admitted it.
talent.
He
Right,
admitted it after the fight. He admitted it. He said, I made a lot of mistakes and the whole world saw it. He said, I ain't gonna
right,
lie.
right. And you got to keep your hands up with anybody on this level. You know what I'm saying? Especially guys that are taller than you.
Mm-hmm.
Can't let your hands drop, bro. Joker's
Now
waiting for the good.
let me ask you this: how do you see um Tank and Lomachenko? Because they was talking about that fight. How do you see that fight playing out?
Well, that's another fight that I see that whoever has the most experience at fighting high profile southpaws are gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh. See, cause like I said, when you get a chance, Blue, go look at that box rack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look at the opponents that he fought. Look how many losses and when. Particularly look how many times they have been previously knocked out.
Right.
Okay. Then
Right.
you look at almost 300 some fights fighting everybody. Southpaws in between. Guys switch up both ways and everything. You
Right.
see the big difference when let's go to the level check again. See how Cambosis went 14 rounds with Devin,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
He only
24 rounds.
well, see, yeah, 24. I'm talking. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I left the two off, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you see what Lomachenko done with him. You know what I'm saying? So that's the level check. You know what I'm saying? That this guy is at a higher level.
Right.
Listen, man. Like hey, Devin. I done seen Devin lose to a bunch of southpaws, man, especially internationally. So you know why that would be hard fight for him. Now, look at Joet Gonzalez fight, and you look at Lomachenko fight, right? I mean, look at Lomachenko. Compare him to fighting Tank, and the two fights that Joet fought against Tank.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna throw Shakur in the bag, but like, looking at it,
Right.
it's not like points that he didn't want to engage anything. I don't know for whatever reason, but you know how Joet fight. Joet fights and throws a lot of punches.
Right. High volume fighter.
Yeah. That pressure. Hey, when you get off, go look at the fight. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. So you think that
Yeah.
he had problems with southpaws then?
Well, it wasn't a southpaw.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Right.
he had a problem with a lot of fighters that put pressure on him and that throw a lot of punches that he can't. That it's just not so decisive for him to punch in between and throw them little leaping shots. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fighters, you throw them leaping shots, they gonna miss them. You see, Dallas, what's the name? Uh, the one he fought first in Santa Cruz.
Oh, Leo Santa
Santa
Cruz.
Santa Cruz done the Cardinal thing, man. The worst thing. One time shame on you, two times shame on me, three
And he
times
went
damn
for
my
it the
stupid.
third time. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
and
couldn't
hey,
help himself.
whoop whoop whoop, and they knocked him out. The third time he threw that shit, and that was it.
Uh-huh.
A
And
lot of
the,
people.
the the thing about that is it was in levels, right? He hit him the first one. The second one grazed him, and he completely
Right.
missed the third one. Like
Right. And then,
he
exactly.
he couldn't help himself.
Right. And let's look at that point. He was winning the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had him on the ropes then in the previous round. So, you know, all fighters, like I said, man, it's the fighters in the ring, man, that make the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And most of the smarter fighters do things, and it's here because I'm gonna tell you, it's not one point somebody gonna say, "Yo, Shakur, I want to fight you, man," and he gonna say no or he don't want to fight. It ain't one point where Shakur gonna be a mandatory for anybody, and he gonna say he don't want to fight.
Right. Do you think that they're gonna make the fight? You think they want to make the fight?
Well, we talking about, we heard my man say they don't make it by this year or next year. He think he shouldn't have the fight at all. No, this is the kind of fight that you don't want to retire till you get, man. You want to try to prove that you the fucking best, like you did when you came into the Junior Olympics and rose all the way up to the up the
Right.
ladder. You can't duck at this here point because you didn't fight none of those top guys in the amateurs because if you had fought them and beat them, you would be a front runner. See, a lot of people don't look at that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't really look at it. Why wasn't you on a USA team? Why wasn't you a qualifier? Why didn't you go represent us and all these other countries? They didn't make it that far, bro.
Right. Right.
That's the reality. And to me, a lot of times, there's always the potential for you to get better and all. You know what I'm saying? You could get at the top of your game. But if you wasn't at the top of the game in the amateurs, what make you think you're gonna be at the top of the game in the pros when you wouldn't even take the opportunity to try to make yourself become the top?
Mm-hmm.
But now we supposed to believe you supposed to be doing that shit in the pros.
Right. Right. You gotta take the chances.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why matchmaking in boxing is very important, right?
Like Bernard Hopkins told me, he said, listen, man. He said, number one, they would cheat you your whole career if you let them. Number two, don't believe and let nobody tell you that this shit ain't about the money.
Mm-hmm.
So every phase of it is about the money.
Right.
No matter what they may tell you, like all of the faint stories that they telling on YouTube about we fighting and this happened. Man, I come out the gym one day. We go home. First thing I see on YouTube, shock breaking news 3 minutes ago. Shakur Stevenson and Devontae did the classes in Las Vegas. We just coming out of the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In Houston.
Right. Right.
So, a lot of that shit, the majority of that shit is not true.
Right. Right.
I sometimes have to call my grandson. Cool, what the hell is it? Pop off. You did nothing. So, we don't even buy into that shit no more.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of misleading on purpose.
Yeah. I guess it's to get likes, man. I guess people getting paid for getting likes now, so they trying to make money, man. I don't blame them. Can't hate on them.
And you know what else happens too?
Mm,
Uh, there's a lot of people that's behind the scenes that involved that'll feed you
mm.
information as well,
Right.
in order uh, uh, to create a narrative or an agenda.
Right. Let's say for their own purpose. Let's let it
Right.
cover it.
Right. Right.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you,
Yes.
great brother.
Appreciate you too, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
I,
I'm gonna continue to watch you, man. Keep representing, man.
I appreciate you. That's a
Yes.
blessing. And man, I
Mm.
can't wait to see, you know, what's next, man. Whether it be Williams Zepeda or Tank,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, but whatever, he ready because man, he can't wait to fight, man. He ain't one of them dudes like want to take a break. If he could fight every 2 months or 3 months, he would. Trust me, bro.
and how is that? That's another thing, man. Inactivity today's time, it just it's like
Right.
it's getting further and further apart.
Well, you see, like this here. It's just, like something come out as a fad is going out. As that shit keep going momentum, it keep getting attracting and getting more money.
Right.
So now they just like try to slow that momentum down. Like you
Mm-hmm.
see first these guys first fighting, first few years, they fighting almost every other month, twice a month, then they're 5 or 6 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
As they start making more money, we start seeing more Mexicans fighting because
Right.
it's easier to pay them and they can get, be much wealthier, much well
Right.
off than they
Right.
would be here making a small amount of money, making 1 million and 2 million, which they prefer is good enough for us.
Right.
I posted a thing when Ray Mercer was fighting Tommy Marshall.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You saw that? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
that's the way it is. So,
Uh-huh.
you can't hide that. It's
And
pretty, yeah.
did you see Virgil Ortiz fight this past weekend? Speaking of
Yes, I
Mexican
did.
fighters,
Yes, yes, yes.
what you think about that fight?
Well, we got controversy once again. I do think that punch in the first round, was that the first round he went
Yeah,
down?
it was the first round.
I,
They
I
they
think
went
that
back
was
and
a
corrected it
knockdown.
too.
Okay, they did call it a
Uh-huh.
knockdown.
Yeah, they went
Okay,
back and
good.
but they took them to like I think it was like the fifth round when they corrected it.
Right. Well, see, the only thing about that, like I said, there goes that clear, effective punching. And if you don't actually go by what is the punch stat for if you ain't going to use that motherfucker?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, if the punch stats are correct, man, it should always give you a clear winner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if this guy hit this guy more time, so now what you got to do is look at the referees and judges in amateur boxing. You know, I have been griping over them for years, but they finally started doing it here.
Right.
But in other countries and internationally, they do it all the time. They have an evaluator in there. So the
Right.
evaluator is scoring the point, scoring the fight itself. So
Mm-hmm.
if those referees or judges scores not in conjunction with the evaluators, then no, those guys not going to be judging no high profile fights. They taking a step down. Y'all going to be refereeing or something else, but you're not going to be scoring the fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So boxing
And
needs an evaluator over those judges, man, because we know that all the damn judges work for the promoters.
and another thing I was saying, I was suggesting this too.
Uh,
I want the judges to be how they have in tennis,
right,
above the ring, looking
right.
clearly in the ring,
So they can see it
so they
and
can
look
see.
down
Yeah,
because
I was sitting behind when I think it was Dimitri Bivol fought
uh,
up in upstate, and I was sitting directly behind the judge, right?
right.
And I'm like, I can't. If I can't, I'm literally sitting 3 feet behind him,
Right.
and I can't see. And I'm like, I know
How
he
he
can't
gonna see
see.
it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So he's
We
looking up under the ropes like this. And I'm like, there ain't no way he can see when they go to the other side of the ring. He can't
right,
see what's going on.
right. So this is where they come in with your ring generalship. 9 times out of 10, if you've been keeping your hands up and he can't see that point, can't see it, he's not gonna give it to you. But
Right.
if you good, say you got your hands down, and your coach just poured some water on your head, and you go and turn your head like that and snap, and the water jump off your head, it's gonna look like you got
The
hit.
guy got hit. Yep. Exactly.
Right. So you never know, man. You gotta make you have a valid point, man, to make sure you can see it because
Yeah.
guys
That's why I
that
said
can't.
like in tennis,
Mhm.
they should be sitting above the ring.
Right.
Their feet level should be at the bottom rope, and they should be
Oh.
above the ring where they can look in the ring. Now you can see when they on the other side, you can see every punch clear. And another thing is, I think that they should have earmuffs on where
Emma,
they can't be persuaded by the crowd, the ooh and the nod.
yo, and have an annual vision check.
That's it. Annual vision check. You got to sit above the ring. You have earmuffs on because sometimes you know this all too well. You
Yeah.
hear the crowd, ooh, wow, and nothing
Yeah.
even landed.
That's right. That's right. They
Yeah,
whoa, ooh.
ooh, oh,
Yeah.
and especially if it's their favorite fighter.
Oh, it is at hometowns?
Oh
Man, that
man,
influences the judges like crazy.
I, I watched
They want
I
to get
watched
out there in one piece.
Yep. I watched the Pacquiao Margarito fight, and Jim Lampley was going bang, bang, bang. Pacquiao with another punch, bang, bang, and I'm like, what is he talking about?
Right,
None of these punches is landing.
Let's go cash that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my brother, I got to get ready to get up to the gym, man.
Yep. Do your thing. I
Yo,
appreciate you,
man,
great brother.
I appreciate you more, man. Thank you,
Yes,
man.
sir. I'll be in
Oh,
touch. I'll definitely be in touch.
all right.
All right, great brother.
All right.
All right. Salute my brother J Pitty City in the super chat, dropping that cinco on your boy Blue. He said, ain't gonna lie, I had to lighten my stance on this Canelo versus Berlanga. I had to focus on the positives. I personally love this for the Ricans. Salute to my brother J Pitty City. Yeah, it's you know what it is, J Pitty City, about the Canelo Berlanga fight? It's the timing. It's the timing, right? That's what it boils down to. The timing of the fight. Edgar Berlanga has never fought he's never fought for a world title. Obviously, he's never been a world champion. But more importantly, he's never even fought a former world champion. He's never even fought a former world champion. And you have David Benavidez, who is your mandatory. It's a massive fight for you to get paid massive amounts of money, and you choosing Edgar Berlanga. You you understand what I'm saying? So it's not the fight itself, it's the things around that surround the fight that makes it bad. If that makes sense. It's the fact that the options that you have and you're choosing Edgar Berlanga. And it's no slight, and Edgar Berlanga is taking it personal, right? Edgar Berlanga feels like people are going at him. But it's not Edgar Berlanga that people are going at. It's actually Canelo Alvarez that people are going at because of it's the timing. You choosing to fight this guy at this time where you got David Benavidez available. You got they talking about Terence Crawford fight, right? There's other big names that you can choose from, yet you're choosing a guy lacks the experience. He lacks the experience. You understand? And so because he lacks the experience, then people can see. You understand? And because the people can see, they're like, hold on, man. This dude ain't never even fought a former world champion. He's never even fought a former world champion. And you fighting him over David Benavidez? No, you ain't gonna pull the wool over my eyes. You're stealing money. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. But Edgar Berlanga is taking it personal. But in reality, Edgar Berlanga is just getting hit with strays. Donnie D, 1954, triple OG in the super chat. Albert Mayer, my brother, he said, Unc, is it true Bud is fighting Virgil Ortiz next in January? I haven't heard that. First of all, Turki Alalshikh is trying to make it happen in February, so I don't know about January. Second of all, Virgil Ortiz don't want that fight. So back to the brother that said, why am I saying that everybody's ducking? Eastside Easy, what's up? Everybody's ducking Terence Crawford. Because they are. They're ducking Terence Crawford. Hannibal, what's up? Big Herm, my brother in the super chat. He said Tank Team said they knocked out Shakur's tooth. Yeah, I forgot to ask him about that. Fedora. So here's what Fedora is trying to do, Chris Brooks. Fedora is now trying to. Fedora wants to fight Errol Spence, so he and his team is not on the same page. Because Sebastian Fedora, right, the Dutch. What's up, family? Sebastian Fedora wants to fight Errol Spence. And his team, his management company understands now, wait a minute. Terence Crawford does represent. See, let me give you this, Chris Brooks. Remember they were saying they wanted to fight Errol Spence because Errol Spence is a bigger draw. They're going to fight Errol Spence in Texas. They're going to make more money. Okay? Isaiah Eman, what's good? Now they changed their tune. Why did they change their tune? Because now His Excellency, Turki Alalshikh, is offering them big amount of money. Now you don't got to count on pay-per-views. Now, if you quote-unquote deem Terence Crawford not to be a draw, well, guess what? You ain't got to worry. They worrying about him not being a draw, like Wali just said. It boils down to money. Like Bernal Hopkins said, don't let them fool you to think it's not money. It's about the money. So they seen bigger dollar signs with Errol Spence. But now Sebastian Fedora's team understands, well, we can get the same money fighting Terence Crawford or more fighting Terence Crawford because he got Turki Alalshikh backing him for a big amount of money. So now his team, particularly Samson Lickwick, they're looking at it from that standpoint. Wait a minute. Now we can fight Terence Crawford and get the money and keep the belts. You understand what I'm saying? So now his team, Samson Lickwick, is saying, well, we waiting for Turki Alalshikh. I did that video yesterday. We waiting for Turki Alalshikh to contact us. We waiting for Terence Crawford to petition the WBO. That wasn't the tune he was singing when he beat Tim Tszyu. The song he was singing when they beat Tim Tszyu was that they wanted to fight Errol Spence because Terence Crawford didn't have the value. Yee Hunter, what up, nephew? Now they changed their tune. And now he's saying, hey, we waiting for Turkey to reach us. And now he's talking about, we would never go against Turki Alalshikh, a new promoter. Right. I bet you won't. I bet you won't because Turkey putting out that money. Salute the Dutch. What's up, family? What did I say? I said it wrong. Salute the Dutch in the building. So now they know Turkey putting that money out. And now they're like, hey, Turkey got the bag. We going with the bag. We going with the bag. What's up, His Excellency? You got the bag. We trying to come up there. Call us. Now, and now he want to keep the belt. But Sebastian Fedora is saying, well, I want to fight Errol Spence. Will Smith, what's up, my brother? He like, I want to fight Errol Spence. Remember, Samson changed his tune and said, hey, listen, August 3rd, Adam Hurley, what's up? August 3rd, we're going to negotiate with Terence Crawford. Remember he said that. I mean, he said August 5th, excuse me. He said August 5th, we're going to be on the horn with Terence Crawford. Now, Sebastian Fedora is singing a different tune. He like, nah, I'm fighting Errol Spence. Fedora is trying not to be stripped. They're trying not to be stripped. But he's going to be stripped. So he's trying to put it on Terence Crawford so that he don't get stripped. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to be like, hey man, Terence Crawford gotta contact us. You understand? They trying to put it on Terence Crawford's back. They trying to put the blame, they trying to transfer the blame and the energy to Terence Crawford. Hey, we willing to fight now. That's what they're trying to do. Funny style was good. They think Spencer cherry pick. Yeah, they do. Now, Virgil Ortiz does. So when I said that, and I said this earlier, Terence Crawford is being ducked by everybody, and he's going to be frozen out. And the brother said, man, what are you talking about? You ain't never pushed this hard with Terence Crawford in your life. So let me explain something. When Virgil Ortiz was just asked about, okay, when Donnie D 1954 triple OG in the super chat, he said, why Blue don't have interesting guests, LOL. Yeah, they people is funny, man. I'm just not one to AK Crowder, my brother. What's up, family? Jeff Spark Queens, what's up? I just don't I don't reach out to a bunch of people to come on the show, man. Jay Lynn, peace bless Queen. How you feeling today? Well, Jalen, you know why they think of Spence as a cherry pick, because the last impression, right? That's what this is in your memory. To give you an example, Jalen, right? Alba Maya, what's up? People don't like to go to funerals and things of that nature, wakes, because uh um that's the last memory you have of that person. You understand? Uh And so people don't like that because you have a lifetime of memories. You have years of memories with a person. And the only thing you can, after, they transition, you could just imagine them, in that position. And that's not what you want. But it's just human nature. It's just the human body. It takes pictures and that's what it remembers. So the last thing you remember with Errol Spence is that fight with Terence Crawford. And he got dominated. You understand? And so now, yeah, no, I'm using that example, right, Queen, because people don't like to go to that, because you can have 40 years of memories with a person, and because you went to that service, the person transition, and you see that person in that position, that's the last memory you have of them, and that's what you keep just you keep going back to that. You understand? Travion 2 Trill, what's up, family? Damien Live, salute, appreciate you. So so no, that's what people don't like to go to those things. Me personally, I don't have that type of mental block. I can go past that, and I remember who you was and how you was before that. You know what I'm saying? In this case, I remember who Errol Spence was before that. Most people, 80% of people today's time, they remember Errol Spence. Right now, you mentioned Errol Spence, they're gonna go right to the Terence Crawford fight. They ain't gonna go to the Sean Porter fight. They ain't gonna go to the Mikey Garcia fight. You bring up Errol Spence right now, and immediately the first thing that pops in their head is gonna be the Terence Crawford fight. That's why they say you gotta. I can't wait. Athletes or so on and so forth. They can't wait to get back into doing what they do so they can erase even themselves. You see what I'm saying? Even themselves. Athletes, you got to have a short memory, right? As a corner or a quarterback in the NFL, you throw an interception. You throw an interception, you went off the field. That's the last play you had. That's the last thing you done. So you threw that interception. That's going to be in your head. You could have threw 5 touchdowns, but the score tied up. You could do 5 touchdowns, 500 yards. The score is tied up. You just threw an interception. Everything you did before that just got canceled out, and the only thing you can think about is that last interception. That's why they tell you, "Hey, forget it. It's over." You understand? And that's the thing with Errol Spence right now. People remember that version of Errol Spence, so immediately they think they could he's vulnerable. I could beat that. Errol Spence ain't the same no more. Because why? That's why they say Errol Spence ain't the same no more. Because their last memory is him losing to Terence Crawford the way he did. They forgot what he is, and that's why I said. Now I don't know if he's still gonna have something left in the tank. We don't know. Father Time is undefeated. When you take physical punishment, regardless of why you took it, inside the ring or out, you abuse your body with substance and things of that nature, it's going to take a toll. It's going to catch up to you. So we don't know if it caught up to him. Just like Father Time is undefeated, right? And people immediately seeing, people use. I know it might have been a drastic example, right? A little bit of dramatic example, but you understand, like people immediately telling me right now, man, Terence Crawford ain't the same guy no more. Terence Crawford lost it. Yeah, Adam Hurley. I just don't. I just don't. Because this is what happens when you have guests and stuff on the show, right? Then you lose the ability to critique them because you have if they're not a person that's a strong will. Irvin Legree, what's up? Uh, Bill, Wally, um, who can I name? Bernie the Bossa, right? Kendra, what's up, family? Uh, uh, right? I could disagree with Bill. I could disagree with Wally. I could disagree with Bernie. Nothing changes. Other people, if I could disagree with them, everything changes. It's like, bro, like I can't critique you. I can't say, hey, bro, man, that was a bad performance. You made X, Y, and Z. You did this, and this wrong. It's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Relationships gets ruined. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, uh um, I just feel like it's that way, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. So it's just certain people that I'll rock with, but I just try to keep it. I try to keep it on this side of you know what I'm saying? I could disagree with Bernie, I could disagree with Bill, I could disagree with Wally, and it's like there ain't nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? But I have somebody else here and we kicking it and we interview, and then if I'm like, bro, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, and it's like, I don't rock with you no more. Huh? All I'm doing is just telling you a mistake you made, bro. Nothing personal, but it just gets, you know what I mean? So I just be like, whatever, man. Student 7 teacher, my brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. Sorry for going off subject, but can you rank or who you think have a better chin between Canelo, Floyd, and Tank? I think they're all the same. I think they all have Mills Lane, what's up? Salute to Huntsville, Alabama in the building. I think they all the same. I think they all have marble granite chins. Bro, and they have great recovery time. That's more important. They have great recovery time. Because anybody could get absolutely just ripped. Boom. And everybody on noodle legs. How you recover. The recovery period. Floyd, Tank, and Canelo recovery period is unmatched. Is unmatched. Terence Crawford. You can throw Terence Crawford in there. Terence Crawford get hit and hurt. Bro, it's like, wasn't you just hurt 2 seconds ago? Yo, Terence Crawford recovers so quickly. It's absurd. It's absurd. Uh, uh, uh. None of them had a standing account. And I said Canelo was hurt the worst out of the three when he got hit by Cotto's brother. And then when Floyd got hit by Shane Mosley, sheesh, for him to recover in that round and actually win that round against Shane Mosley is absurd. That's inhumane. That's inhumane. Another dude who has a crazy chin, Jared Anderson, bro. Ant Stone, what's up? Jared Anderson, Sylvester Stallone in 2011, what's up, bro? He got hit with that uppercut from Martin Bacoli. By the time he hit the canvas, he was back conscious. When he got hit with the straight, when he got stopped, it's inhumane, bro. Lee Smith 05, what's up? Accurate. It's inhumane. Yo, when Jared Anderson got hit and they stopped the fight, he was out of it from the punch, and then he just snapped and he was like, oh man. I'm like, wait, what? Bro, look at that Jared Anderson situation. When he got hit, I was like, you would think he would be out of it from getting hit by Bacoli. Nope. Bro, did Jared Anderson look like he couldn't box no more after the fight was stopped? You wouldn't even know he got knocked out after the fight was over by a dude that big and that strong, Martin Bacoli. You wouldn't even know it. Yo, think about this, right? Jared Anderson was fully conscious. There was no bumps and bruises. He was just like, man, gotta do this again. Like, bro, you just got hit with some hellacious punches and dropped. And he showed no effects from it. So there's some dudes with some serious granite chins, man. But now people will equate the fact that he got dropped with him not having a chin, which is not true. People will equate, you got to understand, Bacoli is a monster puncher. But people will be like, he ain't got no chin because he got dropped. That's the furthest thing from the truth. Jared Anderson, when I watched that fight, I was like, oh, heavyweights is in trouble. Everybody don't have Martin Bacoli power, bro. Everybody ain't going to be able to do that. And he showed that dog, bro, a lot of heavyweights going to be in a lot of trouble. Like, when I watched that fight, I'm like, oh, Alexander Usyk, if Jared Anderson and Usyk going to be in trouble. Double O Splash, what's up? Because the thing is, like Anthony Joshua, bro, I mean, I know people counted Jared Anderson out, but bro, they don't hit like Martin Bacoli, bro. And that dog that he showed, bro, because he was hitting Bacoli with some mean, hellacious punches. Martin Bacoli got a chin. Everybody ain't gonna be able to take them punches from Big Baby Anderson. I'm telling you now. They ain't gonna be able to take them punches from Big Baby. I'm telling you now. Big Herm, my brother in the super chat. Much love, family. Hola, Gonzalo. He said, let's be real, Spence looked like a soft touch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's vulnerable. He looked like food. Errol Spence look like food right now. Jonathan 97, what's up? Jerome Barber, my brother in the super chat. Much love, family. He said it was like he lost in Uno. Right. Right. Man, them heavyweights gonna be in trouble, Jared Anderson, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Don't let that fool you. Don't let that Bacoli fight fool you, man. Telling you, everybody can't do what Bacoli can do. Everybody ain't got that power. Everybody ain't got that power Bacoli got. I'm telling you now. And everybody ain't got the chin Bacoli got either. In the house. In the house. Whoa. Hey, in the house. My dog's trying to come out. Poop. Get the dogs. They're trying to come out. Yes. The dogs are trying to come out. So everybody ain't got So everybody ain't got that chin, man. Everybody can't do that, bro. So don't let that. That's fool's gold, man. That's fool's gold. It's fool's gold. It's fool's gold. Yeah, Errol Spence look like food. But I'm telling you. So when people say, man, Terence Crawford, they ain't ducking Terence Crawford. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Uh, Terence Crawford, Virgil Ortiz did not commit to a Terence Crawford fight. They asked Virgil Ortiz. Oscar didn't want to commit to the Terence Crawford fight. His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, he had to force him to commit to it. Oscar said, Turki Alalshikh said, hey, Virgil win. We want to make Terence Crawford versus Virgil Ortiz. Oscar said, yeah, that's a big fight. And Tim Tszyu. What did Tim Tszyu have to do with this? What did Tim Tszyu have to do with it? Tim Tszyu ain't even win his fight against Ibram Mataliev yet. So he talking about, yeah, him or Tim Tszyu. What? So Turki Alalshikh said, yeah, Tim Tszyu is not on the radar. He's not part of these plans. He's not on the map. We want to do Terence Crawford and Virgil Ortiz. Lil said it was good. And then he turned around, he was like, Oscar, that fake energy when you scared of somebody. You know a kid is scared to fight somebody, but then they get the courage up and then they be like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready. But you know they really ain't ready. They really don't want to do it. Let's do it. I'm ready. And you know they really scared at heart, right? Renee Copeland, peace of blessings, Queen. How you feeling today? Right? That's what happened. That's what happened. Then Oscar changed his tune talking about Crawford, Ortiz, let's do it. Let's do it. Crawford, Ortiz, let's do it. Man, you don't want to do that. And Brent Lawson was good. And then after the fight, they asked Virgil Ortiz, your promoter Oscar and His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, they said that they want to do the Crawford fight. They agreed to do Crawford fight next. What's your thoughts on that? And he said, I'm looking for a challenge. What? He said, I'm looking for a challenge. You looking for a challenge? You looking for a challenge? Then he said, so let's do it, man. I'm okay with that. Let's do it. Let's do it. His energy is not there either. And immediately after, 2 seconds later, how they say? 1 minute later. Then he says, well, you know, what we on right now, where we at right now is the Errol Spence Sebastian Fundora winner. Right. Now, you got a chance to fight the undefeated 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed champion, and the pound-for-pound king for a world title, for actually 2 world titles. It'll be the WBO, WBO on the line. And you talking about you waiting for Errol Spence Fundora? They might not fight till February. In the house. In the house. In the house. And you talking about a few moments later. And you talking about you waiting for Errol Spence Fundora. Light Eyes, what's good? Yeah, you missed a special guest. You talking about Errol Spence Fundora. They ain't gonna fight till February, which means the winner ain't gonna be ready till June. You just fought August 10th. That's almost a year later. DOG 215, what's up? That's almost a year later. What are you talking about? That's 10 months later. Why would you be waiting? What just happened? What the hell? So why would you wait? Why would you wait 10 months later to fight the winner, the GOAT 9-5? What's good? Big Money, what's up? When you can fight Terence Crawford in a few months and make a massive amount of money. Edward Torres, what's good? Why would you wait for that winner? When you, the active activist, what's good? When you going to get an opportunity to fight for a world title? Jerome Barber, adios, Delita, mañana. Jerome Barber, my brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on your boy Blue. He said Ortiz trying to make a Dallas showdown with Spence. He don't want to be undisputed. He just wants to be in the mix. He's just Madonna 2.0. Right. He Lee Jackson was good. So you gonna wait for Errol Spence for Fandora winner? That don't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. You getting the opportunity. Terry Owens, adios, Gonzalo. Mañana. You getting the opportunity to fight Terence Crawford for a world title. The man who beat the man. Terence Crawford stopped Errol Spence. Sebastian Fandora was brutally knocked out by Brian Mendoza. They both got losses. Terence Crawford is a legacy fight. If you beat Terence Crawford, the pound for pound king, who's more accomplished than both guys, and is undefeated, and beat one of the guys and stop one of the guys that you're trying to fight, you get an opportunity to fight him for a belt, and you talking about, oh, well, I'll just wait for them. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You told me everything I need to know. Warrior Class the Third, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. Salute, Blue. Can you break down the point system since everybody wants knockouts? It's okay if a boxer wins off jabs, body shots, power punches, and total punches landed versus thrown and ring generalship. Yeah. So they effective punches is what they supposed to be going off of. Warrior Class the Third. They supposed to be going off effective aggression, essentially control chaos, effective aggression, effective punches landed, okay, and points landed, right? And so, in this case, now the sport of boxing, pressure is awarded without accuracy, right? Without pressure is awarded without effectiveness, right? Just because a guy's coming forward and throwing punches, he's not landing any punches, but just because he is, we're gonna give him credit for that. It's one thing to do that, right? If the other guy is just refusing to engage at all and not throwing any punches back and is just maneuvering around the ring, okay, then you're effective with your aggression. Because he's unwilling to commit to anything. He's not scoring. He's just backing up. Junior Star, what's up? That's the problem. Kiki, peace bless to the queen in the super chat, dropping that cinco on your boy Blue. Win, lose, or draw, EJ is still one of my favorite boxers. Agreed, me too. And that's another thing, right, Kiki? I think Virgil Ortiz it's a miscalculation. It's a miscalculation with Errol Spence and Virgil Ortiz. I said this in that video I did yesterday. I truly believe it's a miscalculation. Again, I don't know what nature holds. Neither does Errol Spence. He ain't gonna find out until he in the ring, right? Is Father Time gonna suddenly zap him, and the wear and tear is gonna kick in? Eric P, what's up? Very possible. Agent Coffee Gambling, what's up? It's very possible that could be the case. I don't believe it to be the case, but we're gonna find out against Sebastian Fandora. Errol Spence gets the opportunity to answer a lot of questions against Sebastian Fandora. Sebastian Fandora is a southpaw. He's aggressive. Sebastian Fandora throws a lot of punches, right? Sebastian Fandora is very tricky, right? Sebastian Fandora has a lot of he has a lot of craftiness to his game. He's not just a big, tall, rangy, guy. Sebastian Fandora does give up his height, right? He'll give up his height in a second. You know what I'm saying? So Sebastian Fundora gives up his height. Sebastian Fundora will, be aggressive. He will let his hands go. He'll give you opportunities. The thing is with Errol Spence is he got to clean up his defense, right? If Errol Spence cleans up his defense and Errol Spence, you know, is you see like I've been saying this and I'm glad Wally said it, right? Um, Wally said this, right? And hold on one second. Big Dog 913, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. Salute Blue. Had a house fire, but here you go for your channel, my brother. It's you that's getting me through this. God bless you, my brother. Man, Big Dog, man, I'm sorry to hear that, great brother. Blessings to you, man. You come here supporting me in your time of need is huge, man. Dontra H, what's up, family? Uh, um, that's huge to me, bro. That just, in your time of need, brother, you supporting me, man. Little Rock, what's up, family? Blessings to you and the family, man. Hope you get through this quickly. I know you're gonna get through it. I just want you to get through it quickly, man. So much love to you, great brother, Big Dog 913, man. Prayers up to you and the family, and hope everything is rectified for you as quickly as possible, man. That's truly unfortunate. I've been through that and lost everything twice in my life. One time I was actually a kid. Corey Moorfield, what's up, family? Appreciate you. I was actually a kid, and I was home alone, and I heard something in the walls. I was laying on the couch, dozing off, man. And just luckily, great brother, something told me. Some people say the grace of God, some people say the universe, Allah, whatever. But something told me, don't go to sleep. But I was dozing off, man. I was at home alone. And I'm like, man, what's that in the walls, man? It sounded like water in the walls. This is a true story. My mom could attest to this. It sounded like water in my walls. So I'm like, man, what's that in the walls? And I'm hearing it, and I'm hearing it. Cali World, peace and blessings, Queen. Blessings to the Queen, Cali World. And I'm like, man, but I'm dozing off, bro. I was 10 years old, I think. And I was watching, I still remember to this day. Uh, um, I was watching Thundercats. I was 10 years old, man, and I was watching Thundercats, and I'm like, and I'm dozing off. Dozing off. Had just came from school, had ate some pizza. I'm dozing off. And something said, don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. And I'm like, man, yo, I have a tendency to do this, and I still do this to this day. My wife would tell you she can't stand it, but my mother couldn't stand it. But when I lay on the couch, I have a tendency to put my leg on the top of the couch for whatever reason. When I'm laying on the couch and doze off, I got to put one of my legs up on the top. No diddy. Top of the couch, right? And I put my leg up there. This is no joke. This is a true story. I put my leg up there and the wall was boiling. The wall was extremely hot. So what I heard was sound like water. The walls was boiling, right? The flames hadn't come through and the wall didn't start bubbling up yet. So I couldn't see it. But when I put my leg up there, and I was definitely dozing off, man. Had pillow under my head. Muscle Up Cat, what's up, family? Galvatron, what's up? Yeah, you know, you lay down and you just put your leg up there and you're just chilling. Man, I have a tendency. My mother hate that because she used to be like, "Get your feet off my wall," and my wife hates it too. Get your foot off the wall. But it's just, I don't know why I do it. And man, I put my leg up there and the wall was hot, bro. And I was like, "What the hell's that?" So I jumped up and I'm touching the wall. The wall was hot. So I was like, man, I got dressed and my room was on. This is even wilder because my room was on the other side of the wall. So I could walk out my room into the living room, or I could walk out my room on the opposite side and walk into the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So my room had two openings, but so that wall was in between. So I went in my room, got dressed, right? Just through the grace, man, because it wasn't in my room, which is wow, right? It was just in that wall. I got dressed. I was like, man, I left out. I was like, bro, I ain't messing with it. Man, I left out. I kid y'all not. I'm like, man, I'm going to my man house. I leave out. I go to my boy house, and his apartment was on the other end of the hallway. So, yo, long story short, the lady directly underneath us, Chris Ruffin, what's good? The lady directly underneath us went to sleep, and her kitchen was on fire. Her kitchen, she was directly underneath me, and her kitchen was underneath my living room. So where I was laying in the living room, G McCall 09, what's up? Why that wall was hot? Because the flames was going up her wall, and it was coming upstairs. So from it was her kitchen wall. So her kitchen was on fire. So it was coming upstairs. That's why my wall was so hot. But another thing is, I went to the opposite side. Didn't even know she was asleep. She transitioned. She transitioned. She didn't make it. Brent Lawson, what's up, family? She transitioned. She didn't make it, and I wouldn't have either. I wouldn't be sitting here right now talking to y'all, because if I would have went to sleep on the couch, it would have been over for me, because the flames came directly straight up. You know, like they say, heat rises. Heat rises. So the flames would have came straight up, and if I would have went to sleep, it would have been y'all. I wouldn't be sitting there talking to y'all today, for sure. Eric P, my brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. He said, salute, Blue. Haven't supported in a minute, man. I appreciate you, great brother. Much love to you, family. How you feeling? I wouldn't have made it, people. I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have made it. So, yeah, and the insurance take forever, big dog. So I've been through that, bro. And I left, big dog, and I went outside with my mans because I still was oblivious. I get outside, I ain't even smell the smoke or nothing. I don't know what I was thinking. Man, I went outside, and we went outside and walked down the street because mine was on the front. And I'm seeing the fire trucks and everything, but that's typical in the hood. And so I'm like, man, bro, when I seen the flames coming out, the building out her apartment, and then I looked up and seen my apartment, I'm like, oh no. Whole apartment gone. We lost everything. And I lost 2 cats in there. True story. Warrior Class the Third, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. He said Crawford takes a half step backwards on purpose to set up traps and punches. Tank Davis fights off the back foot most of the time, but the judges scored them losing the fight when it's strategy to win. The thing about it is, Warrior Class the Third, they're getting hit. That's the problem. In the case of Tank, he's not active when he's on the back foot. He's not letting his hands go, and he's getting hit, so he's losing. In the case of Terence Crawford, he shouldn't be losing because he's letting his hands go, and he may get hit, but he's hitting as well, but he don't get the credit for it because, again, they look at body language like the Majumar fight. He wasn't doing anything but he had a threatening posture. He had a threatening posture and threatening stance, but he wasn't doing anything. You understand? Where Terence Crawford was countering him. So sometimes that's why I said judges don't. It's terrible. They need to make that adjustment, man. And y'all heard it here first. Who was the first person to say that? The judges needs to be the adjustment. That truly needs to be the adjustment, man. Because it truly hurts the sport of boxing. It hurts it. It really needs to be an adjustment made, man. It really does. So anyway, Virgil Ortiz is ducking Terence Crawford. So there you have that. Sebastian Fundora, remember, immediately after his fight with Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora was like, man, I'm looking at Errol Spence, and he's still saying the Errol Spence fight. You look at the only person not ducking Terence Crawford is Errol Spence. The only person. That's the only person. Canelo Alvarez talking about he's too little. Bro, you done fought Amir Khan. You done fought Alfonso Gomez. You done fought Jamel Charlo, who was 2 weight classes before you. You done fought all these dudes. Now all of a sudden you concerned with how you gonna be perceived, but you fighting Avni Yildirim. Man, stop. Now you concerned with credit given and taken, but you fought Avni Yildirim. Man, come on, man. Make that make sense. Now all of a sudden, how you perceived, but you fighting Edgar Berlanga, and you don't care what nobody thinks. Sports prediction 101. What's up? He said Crawford is too little for Canelo, and I don't want to see it. Why? Ron Will, what's up, family? No, he's not. No, he's not. He ain't too little for him. Skills pay the bills. You got two great fighters. He ain't too little for Canelo. See, people look at other fighters at 168 and say he's too small for Canelo. That's what happens. People look at other fighters at 168 and they'll be like, he's too small for Canelo. That's not the case. He's not too small for Canelo. He's not too small for Canelo at all whatsoever. And if Canelo beat him, I'm going to give him all the credit in the world. He beats him. He got buku amount of talent. Terence Crawford does. And if you think he going to knock out Canelo Alvarez, you're going to knock out Terence Crawford the way he did Amir Khan, you got another thing coming. If you think he going to knock out Terence Crawford the way he knocked out Amir Khan or James Kirkland, you got another thing coming. Nem Davila, what's up? You got another thing coming. He ain't going to get knocked out. That ain't going to happen. He ain't getting knocked out like that. Canelo has a wide frame. Canelo is solid, but when you look at David Benavidez, when you look at David Benavidez to Canelo, to Terence Crawford, now I can say, yeah, he's too small. Right? He's too small for David Benavidez. I'll say that. You understand? David Benavidez is big, but Terence Crawford, Canelo was bigger than Terence Crawford for sure. But Terence Crawford, the Styles matchup. Donnie D, 1954, Triple OG back in the Super Jack. He said, I'd rather see Crawford than Berlinga. Me too. Shamika Jackson, blessings to the queen. She in the building. She said, Bud is too small for 168, period. No, he not. Certain fights, he could fight at 168. He not too small. Jod the God. What's up, family? He not too small for 168. I'm not saying that he can campaign at 168 and just dominate the division. That's not what I'm saying. He's not too small for Canelo Alvarez, though. Remember, Canelo Alvarez fought at 147 as well. David Benavidez ain't never fought at 147 pounds. Just being E, what's good? Canelo moved up in weight. Everybody said Canelo was too small when he jumped up from 160, 175 to fight Kovalev. He beat him. You feel me? Just being E, what's up? You feel me? Bernard Hopkins lost back to back to Jermaine Taylor. He jumped up from 160 to 175 and beat Tarver. That's 15 pounds. Skills. Terence Crawford got the skills to compete with Canelo Alvarez. The weight won't matter as much as people thinking. Because Terence Crawford has longer arms, he's strong, he has power in both hands, and Canelo's style. It's a style thing. Canelo Alvarez is a strategic puncher. Canelo wasn't too small for Bivol. Bivol's size wasn't the difference in that fight. His skills was. He didn't use his size against Canelo. He used his skills. He used his skills more so than Canelo did in the fight. Bivol fought and kept Canelo at a distance at bay. Bivol is actually smaller than Caleb Plant. Bivol is smaller than Caleb Smith. Bivol, and he knocked out Caleb Plant and nearly stopped Caleb Smith. So Bivol is smaller than those guys. He's smaller than those guys. Bivol used his boxing ability, his jab, his angles, and that's what beat Canelo Alvarez. When you looked at Demetrius Bivol and Canelo Alvarez, when Bivol was laying on the ropes, he was just crafty. He didn't stay there. Caleb Smith stayed there. Caleb Plant stayed there. Demetrius Bivol didn't stay there. He moved. He pivoted. He slid out of the way. He didn't stay there. That's the thing. Bivol pivoted back to the center of the ring. He outsmarted Canelo Alvarez. He used his brain. He outsmarted him. He pivoted back to the center of the ring, went back to using his jab, using angles. That's what happens. And Canelo can be outboxed. And another thing is Canelo started fighting at a small weight class. So I would understand if Canelo Alvarez didn't start. Canelo fought at 147 at one point. Then at 54, then at 60, then at 68. He moved up in weight too. And we see the proof that he could be outboxed. Now, if you're talking about Terence Crawford versus Artur Beterbiev or Terence Crawford versus David Benavidez, now he's just too big. Now that becomes an issue. But just based off a style matchup, it's like Roy Jones. Roy Jones moved up to heavyweight. If Roy Jones fought Evander Holyfield, right, or Mike Tyson at heavyweight, he stands a better chance, right? That Roy Jones that moved up, hi baby, the Roy Jones that moved up in weight and fought those guys, Roy Jones, Geo James Khalil 98, what's up? Roy Jones could have beat Evander Holyfield. He could have beat Mike Tyson because of his athletic ability, his skill set, his arm reach, those intangibles, right? But if Roy Jones would have fought Riddick Bowe or Lennox Lewis, Although Holyfield and their size, and you understand, if he would have fought Lennox Lewis, it's just like too much to overcome. You understand what I'm saying? But Terence Crawford versus Canelo, he got longer arms, he's athletic, he's skilled, he can box, and we've seen Canelo get outboxed. Canelo ain't gonna knock out Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford don't put himself in position to be knocked out. You understand? So you got to understand the skill set, the styles. Styles make fights. Canelo just happens to be the biggest name, but he's not. He. David Benavidez ain't never fight at 154 or 147. Carl Johnson, my brother, it only takes one punch. That's in any weight class though. That don't have nothing to do with being too big. That's in any weight class. And you could be at 118 pounds and it only take one punch. We see that with Inoue, and he fighting at 122. So the one punch thing doesn't equate, because that's anything. That's in any. It was Tarver hit Roy Jones with one punch, and that was all she wrote. He altered his career forever. So it really doesn't matter. The one punch example, when people, yeah, Canelo's so big and only take one punch. It only took one punch from Errol Spence. It only took one punch. Did Canelo land that punch on Floyd Mayweather? Not at all. But Shane Mosley did. Shane Mosley rocked Floyd Mayweather's core twice in one round. Canelo didn't even come close to doing that. Not even close. So it doesn't. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Tarver did it. John Ruiz ain't do it. John Ruiz is a heavyweight. John Ruiz is a heavyweight. He ain't knock out Roy Jones, but Tarver did. Make it make sense. It's not the quote unquote one punch. It's how you deliver the punch. It's your skill set. It's your talent. All of those things combined. He said, "How was Bud chin?" We know it. I mean, you don't see that Terence Crawford got a granite chin? What are we talking about here? You ever seen Terence Crawford knocked out or knocked down? I seen Canelo. I seen Canelo hurt by Triple G. I seen Canelo hurt by Miguel Cotto brother. Miguel Cotto brother don't hit nowhere near as hard as Sergey Kovalev, Dmitry Bivol, or none of those guys. But he rocked Canelo Alvarez and they didn't. He rocked Canelo Alvarez worse than Triple G did, and we know Triple G hits harder than Cotto's brother. Cotto brother was another welterweight that moved up in weight. Start making this make sense, people. I seen Miguel Cotto brother rocked Canelo Alvarez. He moved up in weight and rocked Canelo Alvarez. Canelo moved up in weight, and Triple G was the biggest puncher he faced to that point, and Triple G didn't do nothing. He didn't successful hustle. It was good. He didn't do that to Canelo. So what are we talking about here? You gotta start making this make sense, man. Budge Power didn't show us it. What are you talking about? He almost stopped Adriel Majimov in the 11th round. Do y'all pay attention? Or y'all just be speaking because everybody else created this narrative and you just regurgitate it? Did you watch the 11th and 12th round? Did you watch those body punches that he landed on Israel Majimov? And Majimov started holding and hugging and tying up? What are you talking about? His power didn't translate. Sure, his power translated. Joe Johnson, what's up, nephew? What are you talking about? His power didn't translate. Did you watch the fight? Did you watch what he did in the 11th round? With body punches and Israel Majimov was ready to call it a night? Man, we got to start paying attention, man. We got to start paying attention. Israel Majimov was not trying to engage. Why not? You watched the okay. So what happened in the 11th round, brother? Since you watched the fight, so did he not almost stop Israel Madrimov in the 11th round? What did he stop him with? He ain't had no power. So what was it that he hit him with a bat? What did he hit him with then? PKTK, what's up? Did he hit him with a bat, brother? What are you talking about? You said he didn't look like he did at 147, 140. Did you watch the the Jose Benavidez fight? He didn't do that. He didn't hurt Jose Benavidez until the 12th round. The fight was almost over. Pay attention, man. You didn't see the 11th round, then you didn't watch the fight. Period. Then you didn't watch the fight. No, what was you looking at? Everybody in the world saw what happened in the 11th round. Did everybody in here see what happened in the 11th round? Oh man, I can't deal with the moronicness. People are I don't know what people, and they got the nerve to talk about they watched the fight. I gotta go, man. It just gets moronic and more moronic, man, as time goes on. You clearly didn't watch the fight. Did you watch the 11th round? Nope, he didn't hurt him in the 11th round. Goodbye. Go sit at the kiddie table, brother. Go sit at the kiddie table. He said Terence Crawford didn't hurt Madrimov in the 11th round. Go sit at the kiddie table. Go sit at the kiddie table. Evander 685. What's up, family? You go sit at the kiddie table. People just say anything. Ketty Peace 504. What's up? Mr. Karat 77. What's up? He say he never heard him in the fight. Oh man, I can't, bro. I can't, bro. People just say people say anything, bro. It's amazing to me. Herbie Weaver, what's good? I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. But that's my time, people. That's my time, people. Bro, people got to understand what they're looking at, man. And that's my time, people. I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all coming through, starting up, holding your boy Blue down, and showing me love. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace.